And welcome back to another special edition of the Michael Decon program. First time listeners out there, my name in fact is Michael, and I am pleased you have found this program. It's a very dark program at times, but today we'll keep it pretty light for you. But don't hold that against me. I might break that promise to you, but who knows? I look forward to once again serve you those conscious coma-inducing vibrations. Now joining me this evening, again, is a very special guest. A band you might be familiar with, and I think my co-host, Mr. Mike Hadius, very familiar with this group, this band. October Noir, straight out of Florida. They are here with us, live and direct, by the way. So once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing me into your hearts and into your minds. Here we are, yet again, on a night like this. Once again, thank you to those who support the program, those outside of America, and of course, those of you in America. We really appreciate that and respect you so much. Now, without further ado, let's see if everyone is ready out there. Hopefully, everything is good and they are ready to go. And Mike, are you alive out there?
Good evening, Mr. Decon, and how are you this evening?
I'm living life. Enjoying myself, talking to you, having a good time here, talking to the audience, feeling it. Mike, I have no idea where we're going to go tonight, but I'm sure it's going to be a good one.
As always, my friend.
That's how we roll here. We have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what I'm going to say to you. And after this point on in the program, I take no responsibility for what comes out of my mouth. I'm not even here right now. I'm just channeling something through me. So who knows where this is going to end up?
On the cutting room floor.
One of those nights, Mike. One of those nights.
As always, every time we do a show.
It's amazing. It really is. And once again, give a big round of applause to our guest here, the group October Noir, Mike. There you go, Mike. Now you're clapping. Now I feel the love and the energy that I was expecting out of you, Mike. Thank you.
You got it. That's what I'm getting paid for.
Nice. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Not getting paid for.
Not getting paid for. And I believe Tyler is out there. We have Tom and Doug.
Hello.
What's up, gentlemen? How are you guys this evening? I believe you guys are straight out of Florida.
Yeah.
Representing.
Yeah. I would say
Representing.
Compton or something. Basically Alabama.
Basically Alabama number 2.
Yeah. Tyler's actually from.
Yeah. I'm in Alabama.
Oh, Tyler's in Alabama.
Yeah, about an hour from them.
Well, you know, everybody will like that out here. We have lots of people from Alabama who definitely tune in, so you aren't the only ones.
They have the internet in Alabama? This is surprising me.
Trust me, I'm always surprised anyone listens to this show.
I'm surprised I'm on it right now.
But there's a lot of people that do. It's quite amazing, and I respect all of them very much. This is a very entertaining show. I usually hate everything else, but my own show, it's not so bad at times. But, you know, got to be a little intoxicated to enjoy this show.
Well, you know, I'm just listening to your voice and touching myself in weird places.
Well, again, I'm not shocked. It wouldn't be the first time I hear those words.
from Mike? Is Mike telling you that?
Men and women all alike. I don't blame you for feeling that way.
Oh, well, I thought it was special, but I guess I'm just another notch in your bedpost, huh?
Just one of many, yes. I'm sorry. I'm a man of the evening. And Mike, I'm sure you're more familiar with this group than I am, even though we will play some of their music, and I have been listening to them for a while now since you introduced me to these gentlemen here. You guys are awesome magicians. Yeah, you guys are magicians on stage. I would have said musicians, but magicians is a lot better. I've seen you guys on stage. Everything is good.
Let's prefer that.
It sounds more exotic.
Yeah.
I've known, if I may, Tom is the bassist, vocalist, and the entrepreneur of October Noir. And there's also, tonight we have with us Tyler, who is the new drummer, and Doug, who plays guitar. I met Tom a while back, probably almost close to, I guess maybe, 2 years? Close to it?
Yeah, close to 2 years now.
Close to 2 years. And Tom and I were affiliated with a project that we did called Momento Morte.
Right. Yes.
And that has since fallen apart. But Tom and I have kept in contact. And
were you the cause of that, Mike? By the way, of the band falling apart? Was that because of your actions?
Probably.
It was on you.
Bad temper.
Okay. Just to clarify, that's all. For the record.
Yes, and just so everyone knows out there, the name of the band is October Noir. Their newest release coming out is Fate, Wine, and Wisteria. It's a great album. For all you Typo Negative fans out there, I'm sincerely sure that you will enjoy this recording, as I have. It's really good. And the first 3 songs on it are actually produced by Paul Bento from Carnivore. So there you go. If you like Typo Negative, the old style Typo Negative, you will really enjoy this band. And it's great to have you guys on the show with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, glad you guys are here. And that's one of the bands I'm sure you get constantly compared to all the time.
Yeah, more oftentimes than not. Even shit that we'll go rip off something from like The Cure and nobody will even notice it. They'll be like, oh, it's Typo.
It's Typo Negative, yeah.
Yeah,
so you just might as well just say, yeah, we are basically a cover band now.
Yeah, that's what everybody was like, oh, well, we respect you more if you just said you were a tribute band.
Well, I believe you have a much different style than that, but it's still, obviously, it's an influence. I hear actually a couple of influences through the music, through your band.
Hit me with them.
Well, I can hear a bit of a 80s sort of influence there as well. From different, yeah.
Because that is a big one for me.
And of course, you do have some covers, though, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad ones.
Well, I mean, depending on who's listening.
Well, yeah, taste varies. Some people probably wouldn't like that. Some people do. Some people don't.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
For where we are, we do well. I'm not going to complain at all.
And
if you're doing anything right, you're going to have people that hate on you.
Yeah, some people are going to like it. Some people won't.
The thing is, like when you have a style, in this particular case with October Noir, they've got a style, and let's not fool ourselves. There's a comparison between them and Typo Negative,
sure.
And that's okay. So without Typo being around these days, it's kind of a refreshing thing to hear a band that has that style and is producing it in their music. So you're gonna get feedback from people who either like it or dislike it, and that's just with any band, any style.
Yeah,
but I like it.
I dig
like
it
a lot.
Yes, and specifically the cover of Wicked Game.
Right, yeah, that's funny. I did not want to do that cover at all.
It's actually pretty good, in my opinion. I've never heard it, come out that way before, that sort of rendition of that song, so I thought it was not so bad.
Yeah, no, that one actually worked well for us, but I was looking at it going, this song has been done so many fucking times.
Of course, yeah.
Kind of cover of it, and that's what kind of set off their career too, so I was like, well, it's kind of in that same genre realm. So us doing it, I was like, well, what the hell are we going to do with it? But Doug was adamant. He was like, no, we got to do it. I said, all right.
That one was actually the first track that we worked together as a band when I joined.
Yeah.
So that one's always going to be very special to me.
Well,
when
as long
did
as
you join, Doug?
Yeah, when did you join? By the way, that's a good question, Mike.
I think it was right after the second album release.
It was October of 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3 days after.
Yeah.
After the album came out. The first 2 guys quit. They were pissed off. They didn't want to. Well, so long story short, these guys never really got together to record or anything. And I said, well, look, I've got a deadline to meet. I've got to fucking do this. So I did it. And they didn't even really hear the songs until after the album dropped, and they got pissed off. And they were like, well, this isn't going to work. So we quit. And I was like, well, see you later.
Yes, Mike is a mind reader, by the way. I was going to say, from my clouded memory, I imagine this wasn't the original lineup from, 2016, correct?
Well, 2016 is when I started buying all my equipment. Yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna do an album. We'll see what happens. So I did it by myself, basically through the 7 months of the start of 2017, and released it in October, and just to see what would happen. and it got really good feedback. So I was like, well, fuck, I need to put some people together because people are asking us to come play shows now. But they didn't even realize it wasn't even a full band; it was just me. But going into 2018 is when we started working at list material and finally got out there and started playing. So from 2018, around September, I think was the first show, until October of 2019. That's when they quit.
And Tyler, when did you come into the band? You're the drummer. Tell us how you got into the band.
Yeah, I came in New Year's Day this year. Basically, it was when I was announced. So I think we had started working together in early December, but that was the official day I came in. So
you got that Southern Alabama accent. I can hear it.
Yeah, it's hard to cover up.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. I like
Tom
it.
sounds like he's from Jersey, so you know.
Oh yeah, well he is, isn't he? Aren't you from Jersey?
Well, yeah, I had some background there.
I thought everybody was from Jersey here.
Yep. Him and I go back. We're like blood brothers.
Including myself. I'm just going to start, going with that.
Why don't you?
I'm from New Jersey, too.
Oh, you've never left El Centro.
I've never been there. I've never left. I'm actually in Slap City right now.
Are you?
No, not really. It's just,
okay.
No. I'm actually not there. I wish I was there. It'd be pretty funny if I was. That'd be another conversation. But, yes, Tyler, he is I guess the newer rendition of the program here for the band, meaning, he's part of the bigger conglomerate now.
This is true.
Yes, Tyler's drumming skills are out of this world. That is what's being said here in the chat. So,
oh, nice.
Yes, they're putting you over.
He's very appropriate for this music and the style. We can talk about the X one later if you want, but yeah.
It's always the drummers, by the way. So you better watch Tyler there. He might stab somebody with the drumstick.
Nah.
Joke's on you. I've been over for that all the time.
Oh, getting stabbed.
Yeah, that's never good. But it's true though. It's always the drummers, Mike. Have you noticed that they're always a bit of trouble?
Oh, brother, let me tell you, I had more drummers in my life. In fact, I had more band members in my band through the past. Ugh, that's why I hate musicians.
You hate magicians.
I hate magicians.
There you
too,
go.
Yeah, pulling rabbits out of a hat.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I've always heard that the drummers are the ones you got to look out for. But I've always had a lot of success in things that I did.
Do you know why that is, Tyler? You guys go insane.
You guys are intense.
On an instrument that you're beating on and creating loud noises in front of.
Yeah, well, I know every drummer that I know is, we've all got our own issues. It can be said.
You should see somebody about that.
Yes, even bands that aren't even around for very long, just even bands in, let's say, a local bar, just even smaller than that, even a band in high school or something. It's always the drummer that's causing issues. So Tyler, again, we are watching you.
Yeah, on high alert.
There you go. No, you don't sound like trouble though. So we give you a pass.
I'll take it.
There you go. It's because you're from Alabama, so I trust you now.
Oh, yeah. There's good people down here, It's the
that's
land
why.
of the free still.
And Tyler, are you a religious gentleman at all? Being from Alabama, I'm sure the parents may be religious, so it's kind of makes me wonder, why are you hanging out with these devil worshippers like Mike Hideous?
Well, religion it was a big part of my growing up. I started playing music in church as a kid, so and that's the best place to
learn.
Fail and learn for sure. So
I hear he runs around with Westboro from time to time too, calling everybody faggots.
I know that's another thing I heard. I'm not quite sure if that's true or not, but there are rumors. For the record.
Well, I haven't heard them.
Yes, hopefully that isn't true, but yes, we continue here. Hopefully he's not out there on the weekends. And Mike's very quiet tonight.
I'm on Percocet. What can I tell
That's
you?
true. Mike has he's a little subdued back there.
Having a lot of back problems this week.
What's wrong?
I'm probably pregnant.
You're probably pregnant, Mike. What's really going on? Why is your back hurting, by the way?
I do not know, but I've been in such pain since about Thursday, and like today was the worst.
Obviously, you haven't been drumming.
No.
No, really messed up your back, right, Tyler?
Yeah, here and there it will.
Yeah, that back pain.
Well, not so much here. We play pretty slow.
Well, that's, pretty mellow, and, we'll play a song, by the way, here. Well, not yet, but soon here. I definitely want to play a song for the audience out there who's never heard of you boys before.
Oh, gotta prepare for them.
I don't know why I keep calling you boys, by the way. You guys are men.
I told you,
Manly
it's
men.
Ma'am.
It's ma'am now.
It's shim.
And since you guys are out there, well, not all of you, but living in Florida, what's that like right now? Especially with the way things are going with COVID. What was that like out there for you people in Florida? Just a party? What's going on?
Yeah, man. Well, Florida, they didn't really give a shit about all that. I think
Love
we
that.
stayed out and down for like 5 months, and they started opening everything back up. And the governor was like, "Yeah, fuck you guys. We're gonna do what we want. We can't just close down businesses and do whatever." So we've actually been open for the longest time out of anybody else. And of course, people would complain and say Florida's stupid, but then you've got New York that has the worst cases of COVID ever. So
Yep.
makes it me.
That's right. So amen to your governor.
Yes,
Right.
to all the lovely governors out there, by the way.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. He doesn't take a lot of shit from the meatheads up top. So
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Mike's very proud of that.
I am.
Mike was wearing a 3 mask, by the way.
I'll tell you. I heard your governor might run for president.
that I've heard that too, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
No kidding.
That's what I heard.
That'd be a mistake. That's like Chris Christie running for president.
Oh, jeez.
That's even worse.
No, Christie's pretty.
I think Chris Christie should stay to writing the cookbooks or whatever. I think I'd heard something about he had come out with a cookbook, or who knows. It's kind of hard to know what is real and fake.
Well, that's that in just politics. The word politics. That's
Yeah, it's both real and fake.
well, the real, yeah, exactly, real and fake. But aside from all that, Tom, tell us about this CD. Tell us what you want to tell us about this.
The new CD, yeah.
Well, the interesting.
Start by telling me who the model is on the cover.
So this is the girl we hired out of Australia, commissioned. paid for.
Golly,
Yeah, so she came
pretty
in.
woman.
Yeah, she actually took all of the internal photos of all the nature scenes too. She was like her big thing. But her Instagram handle is hermetic_specimen. If anybody wants to go look.
Wow.
But, yeah, she did a great job, man.
Yeah, bravo.
So yeah, I was very happy with that. But now here's the secret though, because you're only gonna know this is if you own the physical copy of the CD. Did you notice the disc art at all?
Yes, I looked at the. Are you talking about the booklet?
No, the actual CD art.
I'm looking at it. So front or back?
The CD
Yeah. You're talking about, right?
art that's on the top of the CD itself.
Yeah.
Put your finger through
Put
the
your finger
hole.
through the hole.
Put my finger through the hole. What are we talking about?
the actual disc, Mike.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Let me take it out. Hold on.
Mike was thinking of something else.
So from the back, is that what I'm doing, or from the front?
Well, face the art towards your face, and then put your finger into it.
Oh, so is that supposed to be a woman's private parts?
That is exactly what it is.
Kind of. Oh, I see.
Mike
See,
finally
what?
got it.
I mean, when I first looked at it, that's what came to my mind. But then there's some interesting art going on around it that made it look like thorns or branches. So I kind of put that knowledge. I think, oh well, you're just being a pervert thinking that it's a woman's.
But that was the goal of the whole thing, though, right? You have to do a double take, and you're not really sure.
That's good work there. Yeah, good marketing there.
Yeah, when I was putting it through to the publisher, I was like, well, fuck, I don't know if they're gonna print this. It's just this straight thing at your face. So I was like, well, let's manipulate it a little bit. But there you go.
Is it pierced?
Yes.
I could tell.
Now he's really looking.
Now I'm looking. I got my finger through the hole. Yeah, actually, very beautiful photographs, and the booklet itself as well. The artwork, the photography, layout, very very nice. I really, what is this, like a 8 pages, 10 pages?
12 page. We always do
12 pages.
Yeah, we normally do.
And who did the photography? Who did the photography for all the art inside?
So the nature photos and the photos of the girl was that girl who took care of those. Took Dee Cole photography. She's our main photographer with everything we work with here. And photos.
Really nice.
Yes. So go look her up too if you guys haven't yet. She shoots a lot of bands that come.
Does she?
Big names.
And so tell us a little bit about the songs on the CDs.
Yeah, that material. So the way I write, man, is everything lyrically is very personal to me, or things that are happening in my life. So it's just going through some rough times. I know you and I talked about it a little bit too, so you kind of had an idea there.
Sure. So
yeah, it's a lot of songs, that deal with turmoil, that deal with relationship problems, or just life issues. Like Cradle the Monster was about cancel culture and how fucked up it is. So everybody just feels like they're like the old Universal monster being hunted down. And then he goes into like Proverbs, talking about, I think you had mentioned that song. But it was just the scope of how men and women are kind of wired up, and they're very different in that sense as well.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs is Proverbs. Sistinus. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Sistina's. That was a Danzig cover, Glenn Danzig cover.
Was it now?
That's also another influence you hear through their music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way. I do like Danzig, yes.
Yeah. I know that we won't go too down that rabbit hole with Mike, because I know his history and stuff. So
I don't mind Danzig. Danzig is fine. I mean, I'll be honest. I was never really into the rock style of Danzig, but I appreciate him and respect him greatly for what he's done over the years. But just not a rock metal fan of Danzig's music. With all due respect.
Yeah, no. I was more into Danzig than I was the Misfits. There was
well, you're younger too, aren't you? I mean, you're young. What are you in your 30s?
37. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're younger. You weren't even I don't think you were even born by the time they broke up.
No, definitely not. So yeah, but I like the style of things, but yeah, Danzig always kind of floated with me better. But yeah, I mean, even to the gothier elements, man. Going back to Sisters of Mercy and The Cure, if you want to go that route.
So you do enjoy some of the goth style music, gothic rock?
I know you and I talked about the Fields of Nephilim or whatever, and you'd always ask if I'd ever heard of them, and that was another one. And then like Lycia. Lycia was another big one for me in my younger years.
You say Lycia, I say Lycia.
Yeah, I don't like. It makes me think of head lice when it's pronounced.
Do you know
head lice?
Do you know
yes.
When Typo Negative toured with Lycia on that tour? I was asked for Empire Hideous to join that tour.
Really?
That's how Peter and I got to know each other back in the day.
Yeah, he was trying to pull his thing, and they were fucking you at the label side, and
Yeah, it's a whole other story, but that was. It's interesting you mentioned that band, because I remember when they did their first tour with, I believe it was through October Rust. That's when I was asked by Peter to go on tour with them. But this is not about me. So yeah, that's great. It's good to know that you've got a lot of influence, from all different types of backgrounds of music.
Yeah,
and you can. I mean, the CD, the music is recorded and produced amazingly.
Oh,
so, bravo.
Yes. Yeah, good job, by the way. And Serendipity is one of my favorite song off the CD there.
That's another odd one that we don't really get a lot of hits on, but that was actually Doug's kind of main influence.
Yeah, that was that one was a song that I actually started up. Like the chorus and the intro were the first things that were written in that song. And
Nice.
So
yeah,
that was a fun one.
It's a good song.
Bringing in the really weird stuff.
I like that. Yes, I like the vibe where this where that CD was going.
Yeah. Now, Michael, if you notice, the verse riff and that was actually influenced from Led Zeppelin's No Quarter. So, not a lot of people pick that one up either.
There's some Led Zeppelin, some Pink Floyd influence there.
Yeah.
Really? I'm going to have to listen to it again because I didn't catch that.
There's some elements of that in there implemented. Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, I could hear it.
Everything you said. Who all can we rip off with this one?
Well, that's what all the greats do, anyways, right? They just rip off everyone.
It really is, man.
Everyone's like biggest hit was a stolen riff from someone.
Look at Vanilla Ice.
There you go. Yeah, you need to steal a riff from someone like that. Another Freddie Mercury hit. Sneak it in there.
Yeah, man.
By the way, gentlemen, is it cool if I play Serendipity now, by the way, just to let the audience hear just a little bit of it?
Absolutely, man. Do you think?
Here, let me play this for them. Hopefully they hear it. I can hear just fine.
I can hear it.
Yes, I do like this song, Mike. That's basically how I sing in the shower, by the way. I mean, I could, if you guys need a backup singer, I might be there on stage with you.
You just have to bring a shower with you.
Yeah, well, maybe after I could do that too. We could mic it up in the shower. Never know. It does sound kind of like how I sing, though. I might join the band. But yes, I'm sorry. Let me continue playing that. I do love that song, by the way. Here we go. Very nice, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Love that.
Great, great. Your vocals are really stupendous.
Very awesome.
Like, I've always enjoyed yours too, man. Like, we can do more.
All right.
Mike also a star in his own right.
Back. It's okay.
It's true though. Mike is a star in his own right. Great vocals. He has demonstrated them time and time again for different tracks throughout the years. And Mike, I always put you over here on this program by your vocal ability. Some songs you can't really, you could tell that you're a good singer, but you do have that one song that I like that I always play here. That Where Have You Been? Where you really showcase those golden pipes of yours too.
That's very kind of you guys.
Yes, Mike, don't be sad.
I'm not.
We love you, Mike. We love you so much. Mike, don't feel bad, Mike.
I'm not.
Mike, you are one of my favorite co-hosts in the world. We love you very much, Mike.
I'm gonna cry.
There you go. But yes, great song. Love that. Serendipity, great track. Pick that up, check it out, buy the CD whenever you ever get a chance to, and that would be a good thing for these gentlemen here.
Always.
Yeah, guys, it's Fate, Wine, and Wisteria, also known as Fat Wine and Wickery.
It's a great name, by the way. Sounds good.
Pretty whiny.
By the way, is there? Are we missing somebody tonight? We're missing somebody.
We're missing someone. Who? Yeah. Who's
band
that?
members?
Oh no, Justin. Yeah, man. He moved to Maryland, so he's no longer with us.
Exiled.
Oh.
He's gone.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, he had a lot of anxiety and stage fright, and but no, yeah, it was weird. He was a fantastic fucking musician. Man, I would love to have him back. I really would, but yeah, he's doing his thing, man. He's got his life going. So
Wow, it's kind of odd that you would mention, or someone would have like such stage fright and yet want to be in a band. I mean, no disrespect to him, but
he had stage fright.
Yeah, very weird, man. But yeah, because we noticed he'd bail out after the show, stay and hang out.
Wow.
The pale horse in the chat says, "I wouldn't say we're missing him." Well, that's one way of looking at it. That's well, we're glad that person's very optimistic.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. So
yes, he's doing his thing, and I believe we do have a call here. I have no idea who this is. It could be the devil. Who knows? Caller, go ahead. You are live on the air here.
Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Oh, right on. I don't hear you guys right. I just wanted to call in because you got all these famous celebrity rock stars on your show, and it's like, all the girls down here in Brazil are screaming their asses off, and some of the guys too, and I just wanted to pass that along.
I have no idea what you just said.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to hear you. You sound a little muffled.
Yeah, you sound like you're far away from your phone for whatever reason.
I'm in Brazil. That's probably why.
You're in Brazil?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're very far away. Holy shit.
That sounds like Beowulf.
And yet I had to set alarm clocks and everything else because I could not miss the show tonight.
Wow.
I don't know. I can't hear you guys hardly at all. I just want to say hi to Mike, Tom, Tyler, Gabby. You tried that brandy yet?
Oh, this is Beowulf. Well, that's what I call her. It's a fun name. It's a fun name.
I am Beowulf.
It's a cool name. I like that. But yes, I saw that you were in the chat trying to call in to these gentlemen here. Very talented musicians and magicians, evidently.
The best magicians I've ever known. Ever.
Yes, they are awesome.
They pull shit out of their asses like you would never believe.
Whoa. That must be a stage act I'm not aware of.
What's that?
I said, I guess that's a stage act I wasn't aware they were doing they were doing there. They might get banned doing that, pulling things out of your ass.
As a magician, it's the disappearing trick.
Yeah, exactly.
I just need to borrow your anus.
There you go.
The only one I can think of that truly loves anus would be a former.
Oh no.
Another band, but I won't mention any names. I'm pretty sure he likes anus a lot.
We know who that is. Yes.
You do know who that is.
My God. Well, hopefully that individual does not call in today.
No.
But I'm afraid they're listening, by the way.
What's that?
I'm afraid they're listening, by the way. They loom around in the darkness. Yes,
Yeah,
Mike.
I can't. I apologize. I can't do that at all. But I'll go ahead and let you guys go back and listen to the show. Much love to all of y'all. I'm very proud of you guys. Tom, Tyler, and Doug. You guys have really come a long way of fucking just skyrocketing. So, good job to everybody. And Mike, I hope you feel better. Take it back to us better.
I'm sorry, I can't hear a word you're saying.
Yeah, we can't hear
so
very good.
The connection is so bad.
I said October Noir are a bunch of fucking badass rock stars. And Mike, I hope you feel better now you're back to
I think Mike heard that part, yeah. Right on. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Part of it, but thank you, Bale.
Yes.
You only hear women with a screaming at you anyway.
Yes, her line was very bad.
Yeah, it was very muffled. Sounds like she was in a shoebox.
Yeah, it sounded like she was in Brazil for sure. Yes, somebody else was calling in here, but they hung up.
Oh,
it might have been the guy I was saying that might call in here. He who cannot be named, by the way. Or can he? Or can he be named?
No call me.
He's a magician.
If he's a magician, yeah, he'd call in. But yeah, that guy was very upset, by the way. He sort of went after this channel for a second here.
Who?
You know that guy. That guitarist guy.
Oh, that guy from down there?
From down south. From down south, exactly.
He didn't call in tonight. You didn't say he'd called in tonight, did you?
No, he didn't call in tonight, but I was thinking he might, since he does listen to this program like religiously, for whatever reason.
Because he's trying to get you on his side. That's what it is.
He's trying to win me over.
Exactly.
What a weirdo.
Oh, you have no idea. In fact, what Tom and I just had to go through recently.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into details.
Well, don't go into detail.
I can't, because if I go into details, it'll give it away what we had to do. But
oh my God,
he's going to be in for a surprise very shortly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what to say about that.
That's exactly right, man.
Yep, and I got to say much thanks to Tom for helping me out with the procedure that I had to go through in order to protect myself.
Ooh, well, I believe somebody is on the line right now. Let's bring them in. Caller, you might be live. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm fan of your bands, both October Noir and Mike Hideous. Question for you guys: has there been any more talk of doing any more potential side projects with Mike and October Noir members, or maybe a potential tour with October Noir and Mike Hideous? And I think if they were to do like South America a tour, that would be a big draw and a big money draw for both of those guys and those bands.
As long as we stay out of Panama. Yeah, I don't know. Anything is possible.
Mike.
I mean, Tom and I are in contact quite often with each other ever since we started working together back with Momento Morte. And who knows? Tom and I have discussed a few things that, based on his schedule. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. I'm pretty much open for anything, but it's really Tom who's got a schedule that's quite filled. So, whatever, there's a possibility something might happen. Who knows at this point? Tom, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I will say, man, you keep your ears out. There will be some stuff in the works that's coming around. As far as it goes for a tour, I don't think we're going to see anything just yet from that. I'm not going to run down that hole at all. But yeah, just do keep in mind, you're going to hear something from us, probably more sooner than later.
Good. How many other records do you got out there, Tom?
We've got two more.
You want to name them for the listeners in case they're interested, and also on how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, the first one was The Haunting and the Powerful. That was the debut. That's the one I did back in 2017, just kind of get this thing on to see what happened. Expected it to fail. Of course, it didn't. and here I am. And then the next one was the follow-up to that, which was 13. 13, of course, being the influence with a lot of the songs and material about my family. So it was based off of the Vampire the Masquerade stuff with the vampire clans, which was family. So yeah, but all of that you can get at www.octobernoir.org. That's all of our merchandise. So if you want to pick that up, if you want to hear it, it's all over, all your major streaming platforms. Following us on Spotify if you have it, follow us. But yeah, so we stay pretty busy musically.
And by the way, I think we still have the caller here on the line. Caller, do you have any more questions before we let you loose here?
No, thanks, guys. Thanks, appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And Michael Decon and Mike Hideous and October Noir. Thumbs up, man.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
October Noir. However, I like to say it, in a fancier way. October Noir. It's a bit more exotic.
Yeah, it's the French word.
There you go.
Or you can say Noctober No Ire.
No, yeah, October Noir. They're from Ireland.
We always had a good friend that made fun of us and called it November Meow, so you can call it that too.
That's even more clever. Yes, everyone loves cats, and if you want to call in,
he
know
was
what to do.
basically calling us a bunch of pussies. So.
Oh no, I was well.
Everyone loves cats.
Everyone does love cats. That's true though, but my God, yes indeed. And by the way, if anybody wants to call in, please do so. Please feel free to do so. Now is the time to call in if you feel like talking to us here. The band would love to hear you. I would love to hear you. That's always a good time, in my opinion. Mike, go ahead. You know the number.
Yes,
give it to them.
Yes. If you'd like to call into the Michael Decon program, please call in at 424-666-2425.
Why do you do it that way, by the way?
Who
sounds like that? Is that your rendition of me? Is that what you're doing?
No, of course not. You have golden vocal cords, my friend.
Mike, I believe this is the proper way of doing it. That number is 424-666-2425. Please get your parents' permission before calling in, boys and girls.
There you go.
That sounds a little bit better, right?
The opponent.
Yeah. I don't actually have a harmonizer to do that with my voice, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes, I believe that was the proper way of doing it, right?
I
was possessed by a demon right there. That wasn't my real voice, folks. I'm just channeling an ancient deity, and I believe there's someone on the line here. Let's bring them on in. Caller, you are live on the air. Hi.
Hello. Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, brother?
I'm curious, is this a cat call-in show tonight? Because I just got a couple cats off the reservation out there in Zuni, New Mexico.
I got a few cats here, too. This is a cat-loving program, by the way. We love all pussy here. This is true. We don't discriminate.
Well, yeah. For those who are not aware, I had to learn that if you should neuter your males 5 or 6 months, because if you go beyond that, there could be issues.
They could be bringing in a lot of kids.
Yeah, or not only that, but their behavior changes if they've got that cat testosterone thing running through their system a little too long. They get a little funny.
I would never snip them, by the way. That is cruelty to animals. I would never chop off their genitals. That's pretty archaic.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go down that route.
I have a question for the band. So have any of you guys do you believe, or have you ever heard a Bigfoot story that you believed was probably true?
It's a good question, by the way.
Bigfoot story.
Bigfoot, it's Sasquatch, out in Florida. It's true.
Your cackling back there, Mike.
Sorry. Go ahead, caller.
I do tend to get pretty hairy from time to time, so I think I've been with them before. Bigfoot story, man. I've seen some stuff on TV. I don't know what. Yeah, I have seen some stuff on TV that kind of makes you question whether or not do I feel it's actually real. I have no idea. But do you have a story for us? Is that where this is going?
I got a lot of stories, but I did have a Bigfoot.
Tyler might have more information because he's from Alabama. That's where.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Tyler, get up here.
Alabama's got
I
Bigfoot.
was going to say that.
What do you got for us, Tyler? Go ahead.
I was going to say that I've got I do a lot of vacationing in Tennessee, but the whole Bigfoot thing sounds like it just sounds like a tourist trap type deal. I've never seen anything that
Bait and switch.
would convince me.
If you haven't. It's a Canadian thing, actually.
Florida calls it the skunk ape. That's true.
The what?
The skunk ape.
Oh, the skunk ape.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
there
hear
is.
that. You hear that often, yeah. The skunk ape from Florida.
In
I'll have to write
Louisiana,
that
they
down.
call it the rougarou. They got the rougarou. You
The
guys know
rougarou.
rougarou out there in Alabama. The rougarou.
Wow.
Hmm.
I've never heard of that.
Here in Florida, we have a far more mythical creature called the Florida Man.
Florida man.
The Florida man. That's frightening.
We know about the Florida man, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do.
Well, there's a desert area not too far from where Michael Decon and I live called the Yucca Valley, and they have a Yucca Man.
The Yucca man, this is true.
The Yucca
Yeah,
man.
the Yucca Man. True
Yeah,
story.
it's bigger than a Bigfoot. It's a huge mythical creature out there in that region. I've heard of this. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I
Where I'm
rented
from-
an Airbnb last.
Where I'm from in
I read-
Jersey, we have the Jersey Devil.
The Jersey Devil.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with that. But yeah, now I will say we have a personal experience. You guys ever heard of the creature called the Wendigo?
The Wendigo, yes. Another cryptid out there, by the way. Mike, not too fond of the cryptids. Mike hates Bigfoot, by the way. He hates these things. I don't know why. He's totally against
so
it.
racist.
He's a
I'm
racist.
so racist against Bigfoot.
You better not be hating on Bigfoot, by the way. He will come for you, Mike, out there where you live in Pennsylvania.
Oh,
He's watching you through the woods right now.
him and his cousin, the Yeti.
The Yeti. That's far up there. That's a different guy, but yes.
Yes.
But he will come for you too,
I
Mike.
just want to say, the little music the band's music was cool. I call it like dream rock. And
Dream rock.
There's such a thing as dream rock. I just feel that vibe. Like it's kind of dreamy. It's this kind of spacey, kind of different vibe to it.
Really, something we try and push for. Stuff that's very atmospheric, which is more of your gothier scene.
Acid rock.
80s and
Yeah.
stuff.
Old school.
Right on. So yeah, where can I get can I go to Spotify or any of those places and download it, or how do I get the music? Because I want to listen to more actually.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good band.
You've got iTunes, you've got Amazon, you've got Spotify, you got Deezer, you got all of the main ones. YouTube, it's there. And if you physical merchandise again is at www.octobernoir.org.
Right on. Okay, guys. Hey, yeah, I want to eat up the night. Good talking to you. Mike, did you get that money yet? They're supposed to be there tonight by midnight.
I'm waiting for that money to come through. I've been waiting.
Yeah, if it don't happen, then I'm gonna have to make another call. I have to go up the ladder, a little further up the ladder. I didn't want to have to make that call, but I will make. Yeah, that's China exactly.
Well, you better get on it before bad things happen. So
I'll talk to you guys later. I got to go get the burner phone out of the trunk of the car and make that call.
there you go. Make those calls. There he goes.
All right, gentlemen. Good night. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Yes, there he goes. We definitely want those burner phones in action. Definitely make those calls. We need all the shekels we can get. This is true. And my God, I am, enjoying this conversation. Mike just sent me a photo of him and his cat, by the way.
Well, we were talking about pussy, so.
I know. I'm like, what is this photo here? And it's Mike and his nice kitty there.
With the little comment written.
I saw that. That was nice.
I didn't know. I didn't know if it would be able to be posted on the channel, but I thought it would be a funny thing.
Well,
Anyway.
the caption on this photo that Mike sent me, by the way, says, "I eat pussy," with him taking a bite of the cat, by the way, the pussy cat.
That's such a great.
That's classic,
it's a
by the
great
way.
Thing. I thought it was hilarious. I didn't even come up with that idea. It was somebody else.
I had to hit mute, by the way. That's why I was laughing a minute ago. Pretty good, Mike.
Mr. Deacon, if you will turn your attention to Exhibit A.
I know, right? That was the last
Oh,
show.
that was so fucking hilarious.
That's when we were talking about the guitarist. Remember that? It was one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Man.
That was a classic, by the way, which had to be removed, by the way. Someone got angry.
Yeah, who do you think?
Well, you know who it was who complained.
Did you know that, Tom? Did you know that he had it pulled down?
Yeah, that's what I guess he had reported it. I guess, I don't know, YouTube or something like that. I don't know how in the hell they even had the authority to pull it down, considering it probably didn't violate any of the TOS. But,
Oh, no, it was fair use.
yeah, exactly.
It was all fair use, and for some odd reason, he was able to bypass the big wigs for some odd reason, but, got it removed.
His team of lawyers. Did
Yes,
that.
his prestigious team of lawyers removed it. And by the way,
he did the same thing. I'm sorry. He did the same
Yes.
thing with my Facebook page.
did he now?
The hideous Mike Facebook page, and I had been, because he was tearing me apart left and right. So I had posted I posted a bunch of stuff about him, and he got it pulled down off of mine. Yet he kept the stuff up of me. So it just goes to show you what we're dealing with here.
Well, Mike, you've learned your lesson.
Certainly have.
You can't trust people from South America.
From Panama.
From Panama. That's kind of the lesson we learned here. You might not feel the same way, but then again, you weren't involved with anyone from Panama.
Never again either.
We've got something for him coming, so don't worry.
Enemy spotted.
And
That's
I
right.
believe we do have someone here on the line. I have no clue who this is. It might be someone awful or someone good. Trick or treat caller, go ahead.
I assure you it's somebody very good. Good evening, guys.
Is this who I
Good
think it
evening, Mike
is?
Decon. Oh, you bet it is.
Oh my God, I'm happy.
Guys,
New York
good
friend?
evening, guys. God damn!
That's my
God
friend
damn.
there. That's
That's our
Anthony
New York friend.
from NYC. Yes.
So, God damn! So I got a quick question for. I got a quick question. Enemy spotted. I got a quick question for Mike Idiots and a compliment for the guys, the band there. October Noir, you got on. So my first question is for Mike Idiots. So I seen in the chat you did work for Weird New Jersey magazine. So I have a question. Are you familiar with they say they're in Wayne, New Jersey on Route 23. If you go at a certain time of the night on a certain day, there's like this hooded figure that just stands in the middle of the road and nobody
Ooh.
knows what it is or who it is.
Now that's creepy.
That's my question. And then my compliment for the band is the music sounds great. I'm going to check it out. I'm personally an EDM person, but I'm going to definitely check it out. It sounds really good. So I'll take my responses off the air, and you guys have a good night. God damn! China.
We love Anthony, by the way. That was incredible. We really appreciate him here on the program.
China.
Calling in, yes, from NYC. Not exactly China, but yes, from New York. Gentlemen, go ahead and answer that question there if you can.
All right, so you want me to answer first? I there's so many stories of hauntings and ghosts, poltergeists, and so on and so forth in New Jersey, and that's one of the reasons when they created the magazine Weird New Jersey, it flourished. It was and it went from a standard fanzine of printed paper stapled together to a bound full color magazine, and then it became books, and eventually they got their own TV show on I believe it was A&E. Now I knew Mark, I still do. In fact, I just talked to him the other day. Mark Skirman is one of the creators. Mark Skirman and Mark, what's the other Mark's name? I can't remember, but there's another Mark. Two Marks own Weird Magazine and the
Weird
show
Magazine.
Weird America. My point is this: when I first started working at the Aquarian Weekly in New Jersey, that's how I met Mark Skirman, and he was the art director for the Aquarian Weekly. Eventually, I started writing I wrote maybe 2 or 3 articles for Weird New Jersey, had contributed a number of photographs, and then eventually became I was selling ads for the newspaper, for the magazine. So what I'm getting at is there are so many things that have happened in New Jersey, as I said, ghosts, poltergeists, hauntings. So I got to be honest, I've never seen anything, off the beat, but There are other people who have.
Yeah.
There's the famous Clinton Road up in, I believe that's, where was that? Hewitt or I don't even remember. Somewhere up North Jersey. Um, so many different weird things, but unfortunately, I never experienced any paranormal circumstances with anything that I wrote about. The things I wrote about like mass migrations of crows, tens of thousands of crows that would come across Wayne and Totowa, New Jersey, and roost in all the trees in this one section. Thousands and thousands of them. In addition to I don't know, a few other things I had donated as far as photos and art. That's all I can really say about Weird New Jersey. I don't know anything about the Route 23 mysterious hooded figure standing in the road. Could have been a bum. Who knows?
It could have been anything. And Mike, they're asking if that magazine is still around.
That is a good question. I know that they were doing books for a while. They had a publishing deal with, I believe, Barnes and Noble. And they were releasing books, but at that point they were no longer just doing Jersey. They were traveling the country and doing state by state of each folklore that state would have on mysterious circumstances.
Now, on a personal level, and if you guys are into the demonic possession side, that's my ex-girlfriend from New Jersey. She had herself that I had to fuck.
Can you repeat that again?
Yes. Yeah, we lost
you. Yeah, you cut off right there.
Yeah, I say my ex-girlfriend from New Jersey. She had demonic possession going on that I had to deal with for about 2 weeks. So
is that so? Because I used to date a succubus from hell. I wonder if they knew each other.
That's true, and not one I warned Mike about.
What's that, Tom?
They all know each other.
Yeah, they probably.
They all hang out. Yeah. They're all Facebook friends.
No doubt.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, Mike. You really were with a succubus at one time.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. She was straight from hell. I mean, I have images of her with horns sprouting out of her head.
Do you think she was possessed, by the way?
Oh, there's no possession. No, she was the devil.
Ooh. That's not good.
What's that?
Did she ever give up a name, or was it?
She didn't have to. She went by her own name, and that was good enough for me. So that was a new demon in hell, a new fallen angel.
So Tom, the ex-girlfriend, you say how do you know she was actually possessed though?
So man, it was really weird. Like, because I grew up, in church myself.
Yeah.
And it was really weird things that started happening. So first of all, she went out to a graveyard on July 4th.
Oh no.
Yeah, and was playing with a Ouija board in the graveyard. So whatever followed home. Well, if you look into the study of demonology, they're talking about, the opposites. So the upside down cross as opposed to the cross, the pentagram and the Star of David, and then 3 p.m. the resurrection and 3 a.m. was the witching hour. So when everything started up, it actually started up at 3 a.m. So a little bit of backstory. She came home about 2 a.m. and she called me up and we were just talking, and I could hear this like dragging sound coming up the staircase that was in the living room behind her, and then just this big thud, and it kind of startled her. She was falling asleep, and all of a sudden, man, a piano starts playing. Well, she didn't fucking own a piano.
Oh, wow.
So little known fact, the first song in The Haunting and the Powerful, the very first song, the piano piece that's in that instrumental is the piano piece that was played in her house.
Get out.
Dead serious.
No kidding. I was listening to that before, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yep. That was like the parents, they wake up. Her mom had these little porcelain angel figurines on the entertainment center, and they were waking up every morning, and the faces of them were eventually broken off, the heads of them, and they couldn't find them. But shit was flying across the room, areas of the room, the dog barking at nothing, fucking sounded like party half the time in her kitchen, and nobody was in there.
Wow.
There's a bunch of shit I could go into with that. But,
So mad things happened, in other words, when you were around this woman that indicated to you personally that she for sure was not just an insane, woman at all. She really was going through some things with the occult and things on the other side.
I think so, man. Because the biggest thing I noticed was when she'd go into these spells and she'd just start saying really hateful shit.
Whoa.
She wouldn't remember it at all. She'd be like, "What are you talking about?" She was going crazy. But I remember the particular thing that got my attention was she woke up one day and she had this piece of paper with her and she was like, "Oh, I fell asleep and it's this." Yeah. And I was like, "Well, fuck, whatever's on here, it doesn't make any sense." I said, "But wait a minute." I said, "This is what I think it is." Well, back in the old times, they wrote from right to left, not left to right. So when you start moving those letters around, you flip everything, then it gave up the demon name.
Wow. What demon was that?
Beelzebub.
Wow. Yep. Interesting.
So, yeah, she used to say that there was a ghost woman by her bedside that would tell her to stay away from me.
There you go.
And Tom, are you religious at all?
Yeah, I am.
And what do you make about this? Does that sort of solidify anything that you personally believe in with the, other side?
For me, well, if the devil exists, then God inevitably has to, right?
Sure.
So,
that is the concept.
That's the case.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that always kind of stuck with me is never allowed anything else to sway me in that. I don't mind talking about it. I don't push it on people.
I hear you. It's okay.
If they ask, then yeah.
I can attest to that because he's never pushed it on me.
Yeah.
It sounds like this is all news to you, Mike. Like you've never heard these stories.
But I mean, it is news to me. But
wow.
Truth be told, I don't expect anyone
to tell you these things.
Really, no. What I was going to say is I don't expect anyone to really. How do I say this without sounding like a jerk? I don't expect anyone to be on my side per se with my beliefs. So I kind of walk a lone path, not to sound ridiculous, but most people believe in God, and that's fine. If that's what you choose to believe in. I don't, and I have my own beliefs, and as I said, I take my own path in what I believe in. And the way I assume things is that everybody else pretty much believes in God or whatever it may be, some higher spirit or entity.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I'm not going to tell somebody they're going to hell or stand out on the street corner and fucking yell at them because all you're seeing is somebody yelling at you. So yeah, it's the same way for me. I'll respect you, have a conversation. I can be mutual, and I won't cross any lines. I don't try and sway anybody.
I pretty much say the same thing to Mike. I usually tell him he's going to hell all the time.
I'm already there.
Yeah, hell on earth.
There and back.
Yeah, Mike is going to go to hell, by the way.
There and back already.
He's going there. The way he's going, gentlemen, he will be right there in hell, and I might be there next to him.
Well, you sound like you're already there. You're in California with all the fucked up shit going on.
That's true. I'm in hell. You're right about that. You are not lying. It's pretty insane out here for those who don't know. People are robbing and stealing things, and it's all over the place out here in California. No one is responsible for anything anymore. It's kind of like the movie The Purge. Yeah, like that. It's going to be like that eventually.
Michael, it's actually a good thing you don't live up in San Francisco because I heard it's even worse up there.
Oh, it's bad all over the place.
Yeah.
But San Francisco, that is a different place. San Francisco. That's what I like to call it.
I was there a couple of years ago, man. And,
oh, were you?
Yeah. It's a very beautiful place. I can't say really anything bad as far as the scenery goes.
Yeah, it's nice out there, but I mean, it's a little, leave it at that. It's a little, That's right.
A little dicey.
Yeah, it's a little, exactly. It's, we'll leave it alone, but, unfortunately, I do live out here at times. I will say that, but then again, I will defend California. Not everything is that bad, and those that usually trash California, they're usually nerds. They don't know any better. I guess I'm fucked. No, No, most of the region though is accurate to what you're saying, but there's parts of it that are still pretty badass. There's still people that love freedom out there. Don't worry, we got that too. We got that too.
No,
Yes, don't be fooled.
It's everywhere.
And by the way, I did want to play that cover you guys did of a Wicked Game. By the way.
Okay. Let it rip.
Yeah, I'm letting it play right here. It sounds incredible, but yes, this is Wicked Game, by the way. Very cool. It's like I'm on acid again. Which I need to do soon.
Only in your mind.
No, I'm really gonna do it.
Oh.
That's what I like.
This reminds me of the Memento Morte song.
I'm telling you, this is how I sing too.
It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. Oh,
And that's not the whole song, but you get the point.
That's really nice.
That was good, right?
Yeah.
Very long.
You know, Tom, that song reminds me of the song Between Us.
The
way it starts out.
Same chords.
Yeah, I think it does. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's the same chords, same harmonies.
I know that one was done long before we even.
Very, very interesting, and it's a beautiful song the way you guys did it. Very, very nice. But like the first few chords I heard, I was like, wow, it sounds just like Momento Morte, Between Us.
Yeah, that's. But,
It does, man. I love Between Us, for sure. For the
Yeah,
ages.
Yeah, man. That song there, Mike, I'm telling you, dude, that song is fucking gold, man.
Too bad we didn't write it. You know?
Well, good job, Mike.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I don't want to boast too much, but that song was, I liked that song a lot. I really do. And I felt confident with the lyrics that I had written for it, that it had, really kind of added to it. Unfortunately, we were dealt the cards we were dealt when we had to deal with the person that we had to deal with when it was created. So, but all that aside, the great cover. Once again, October Noir covering that song. That was absolutely wonderful.
October Noir, yeah. Check them out, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate them tremendously. And Mike is much more of a James Brown kind of guy. Mike likes this kind of music more, by the way. There you go. He's a James Brown fan, by the way.
I am.
That's how Mike started learning how to sing. It was by James Brown.
Was it?
That's how Mike learned.
Indeed.
Yes, a big influence for Mr. Mike Hideous here. Legendary Mike Hideous, by the way.
Mike Brown.
But yes, Michael Brown. Michael Brown. Gentlemen, I do want to ask you a few more things here before we cut you loose. I do appreciate all the time you've spent here. It's been a good time here so far.
Yeah, man, we've enjoyed it.
Kind of don't want to let you guys go now. Kind of want to keep you guys here and just play, play sound drops like that all day.
Goddamn, we're here.
Goddamn.
Yes, things like that. And if anybody does want to call in right now, would be a good time to call in before we let these gentlemen go. They've been, very nice here. They have been very generous with their time. And yes, China. People like that one for some reason. People, yeah.
China.
That one's really over for some reason. People love that.
The Orange Man.
He's got a way with words.
He does have a way with words.
The horrible Orange Man.
Yes.
Vagina.
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
Yes. Asshole. That's always a fun one to play. And what time is it out there for you gentlemen out there? Is it late now?
Yeah, it's like 10:15, but it's a weekend. We're good.
Oh, you guys are good. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I don't want to waste too much of your time here.
No, it's good because right after this, I'm going to call Mike and just annoy the fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll be talking to me in the shower.
That's where Tom's always wanted to talk to you, I'm sure.
I'll be all lathered up for you. Don't worry.
That's not going to be a phone call. It's going to be FaceTime.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he wants a visual, Mike.
Oh, my God. You'll get it.
Sweet. I'm going to make a bunch of fucking money off Tony.
Don't Helen Keller him. Let's say don't Helen Keller her. Bob Levy wants to call in. Well, that'd be funny if he was awake, still listening to the show. But no, I think he's probably doing a stand-up gig at the. It is Saturday. He's probably either passed out. Who knows what Levy is doing right now? The Reverend Bob Levy, probably doing cocaine somewhere. I don't know.
Right.
That's the kind of reverend I like.
That's kind of where you need to be right now, right? Doing cocaine.
Rev it up.
On a Saturday night. And I'm sure that's what goes on out there. And, these various bars out there in Florida, people are, partaking on some nose candy out there, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, you have no idea.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not sure if, I'm not accusing you gentlemen of doing it. I'm just saying, I'm sure you probably have seen it out there a couple times, right?
That booger sugar.
Nice. Okay. Wow. I had no idea we're going to go down that route, but I'm sure there's been plenty of times where, a fan, a listener comes up to you and wants to give you something. Do you guys usually take, little presents from listeners out there, or are you a little bit more, a little bit more controlled, don't want to sort of corrupt your body with these things and, journey through the devil's playground?
Oof.
Yeah, with Tinder dates.
Damn, son.
Maybe 8 years ago, but not in this current time. No.
Very good. You're keeping it straight laced, straight edge.
You never know what it really is.
That's
so
true.
Let's not go there.
The thing is, and I certainly learned this with all my years in music, was that no matter where you go within music, it's there.
It's there, man.
Always, and when they say sex, drugs, and rock and roll, it's true. Firsthand experience. I mean, it was always in front of me. When I used to DJ at a club, I'd be in the DJ booth and I'd get, and I did that for 5.5, 6 years. I would get regulars who would come into the club, walk up to me and say, "Hey, can you play me that song?" And they hand me like a little tin foil full of Coke. And then a couple little minutes later, another guy would walk over, or a person would walk over. "Hey, can you play me that song?" And they'd hand me a joint. And then a couple minutes later, somebody would play, "Hey, can you play me that song?" and hand me a couple pills. So all night I was getting like a pharmacy full of stuff, but it's there. You're never gonna avoid that. It's always gonna be there. Drugs and music go hand in hand.
I have some nice fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I think it was like we were at a VFW show. Guys were out in the fucking parking lot. They were like off the meth, So we.
Oh.
Different on our end, but it's funny because I don't know, but I don't fall to peer pressure very much.
What?
Peer pressure. I don't fall to it.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah. So I keep my nose. I'll drink.
Yeah, don't smoke meth, by the way.
No, you don't want to do that.
No.
I would say I would say you take a look at who's offering, and you say no thanks real quick.
Smoke meth and you'll end up in
Well,
smoke meth and you'll end up in South America.
The thing is too. Then again, I mean, it's not always a stranger. I mean, there are people who I had known for years, who were friends of mine, and they would get it and they would pass it along. And I mean, so you can't necessarily always say it's going to be from a stranger, because that's just not true. It could come from somebody you don't even you do know but didn't know was doing it.
Yeah.
It could come from me.
That
laced with fentanyl, because I laced it.
Or our ex-fucking drummer.
Oh, or an ex-drummer.
Oh, triggered.
Those drummers do have those things. That's what I heard.
Oh my god, dude! Yeah, I can tell you some stories with that.
God damn!
Ooh, don't say any stories. You might get sued by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might sue you for saying that.
I'm shaking in my boots.
Emotional damage.
That's true. You don't want that in your life.
No, I definitely No, I tend to avoid it. If you want to go do it, that's fine. Go do it. But for me, it's not for me.
Yes, folks, be responsible. Don't do drugs. Ask your parents for permission. They usually say no, though. But
don't run with scissors.
Don't run with scissors, boys and girls. We would advise you not to. Oh my, David Kopp says live, love, meth.
Or that can also be interpreted as live love meth.
Live Love Meth. That sounds like a name of an album.
Live Love Meth.
That's the name of the next EP for them. For October Noir. Live Love Meth.
RAPB one song.
That's a good name for a song too.
Yeah, we'll just do it 3 different parts. That's 30 minutes worth.
What about writing a song about meth in Florida?
It had to be a speed metal song, though.
Yeah, you would have to kick it up a notch there.
Yeah, we'll call in some of the thrash bands.
Yeah, there you go.
What's some of the plans for the band?
Yeah, what's the future hold for October Noir? What's going on with you gentlemen?
Honestly, man, we're always on the lookout for good deals or opportunities. we don't want to really take anything shitty. We've dealt with some pretty shitty companies and people that just they try to fuck you over. So, for the time being, we keep doing what we do. We make our own plans. I mean, hell, we're pretty much self-sufficient in all of it. We got our own lights, we got our own sound, we got our own fucking studio built basically. So, we can do whatever we want to do, and
okay.
We just try to hit on whatever good opportunities there are, and we'll travel around if we can, and yeah.
Hopefully, sometime within this decade, we find a keyboard player.
A good keyboard player, yeah.
Yeah, backing tracks right now, which, I don't want to waste my time on somebody who's only going to be here for a short period. I want somebody who wants to truly be a part of this thing and understand it and not waste our time, because I've been there too many times.
Is it difficult to find musicians where you're located in Florida?
It is extremely hard to find keyboard players, and it's extremely hard to find ones that are wanting to do this style of music. So guitarists, they're a dime a dozen. Drummers, they're pretty sufficient. Bass players, please somebody take my spot so I can quit.
Basically, anyone that's not good enough to play guitar.
Yeah.
Is that true, Tom? You don't want to play bass anymore? You want to just be a singer?
No, man. I just fucking joke. But I actually was a guitar player. I came from guitar. And
oh, no kidding.
Yeah, the only reason why I took up the bass was because it was just easier to sing with.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started doing the second incarnation of Empire Hideous, I was actually playing guitar on stage. Yeah. It was just too difficult.
It's too hard, I would imagine, though. Doing two things at once, it would sort of screw you up.
You got to really be a good musician to do vocals at the same time. And it's even harder when you're a drummer and you're doing vocals.
And you're singing.
Oh, yeah.
Very complicated.
Definitely bass band. So, yeah, that was my whole thing. So, do I enjoy bass more so now? Yes, because I've had to stick to it. But I'm, also translating and transferring back to the guitar. Like, my fingers are so used to the bigger frets and whatever else that, I don't know. It's just fucking weird going back to a guitar.
Sure, but once you've played bass with those heavy strings, playing guitar is like a cinch, really.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It makes it much easier. So it does help kind of work your tendons.
When I first started, I started out playing acoustic, which really strengthened up my fingers. Absolutely. And by the time I moved to electric, it was so much easier. But I haven't played in so long that I'm not good anymore. I can barely play. I mean, you heard that version of what the hell was it? The Moody Blues cover that we were going to do that I had played the guitar on for.
Yeah.
I mean, that was difficult. It took a lot of time.
I'm sure, yeah.
It's not a big deal though, because when you're in that writing process, you kind of lay something out. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to handle whatever, and then it gives you time in the meantime to practice while everything else is being worked on. If you want to do that,
that's true.
So, but yeah, I do get what you're saying there. I know I started on an electric, and I didn't really touch acoustics because it was a lot rougher on the fingertips.
Absolutely.
But I just started masturbating more, and then I finally got it.
Yeah, that always helps, right? Get that forearm strength down. You do need that.
It wasn't just my fingers that were calloused at that point. I was like, man, I got to stop.
Yeah, damn.
And by the way, I see that the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Green Day were brought up here in the chat room, and they know I don't like them at all.
Really?
How do you gentlemen feel about Green Day, by the way?
I did like their Dookie album when I was in my early teens, but that was about it. Yeah, that was appropriate for sure. But I never liked the Red Hot Chili Peppers. They drive me fucking insane. Every song's about California, and
yes.
I can't do it, man.
I feel the same way. Anytime I hear anything from Green Day, I definitely want to, slam the car next to me on the freeway every time. Out here, you hear it so goddamn much, especially the Red Hot Chili Peppers, too. Not the worst band in the world, but their music now just annoys me so much. It's horrendous. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Two facts about the Chili Peppers. The first being that Flea, the bass player, was in a movie an independent film called Suburbia back in the 80s, if anybody knows what that is. That was a story, an independent film about a bunch of punk rockers who were squatters, and Flea was in the band, was in the film, played himself. That's the first fact. The second fact is, if anyone knows who Malcolm McLaren is, Malcolm McLaren was the one who came up with the Sex Pistols. He also came up with the ideal for Adamant, Bow Wow Wow, and had tried to give. He's basically a guy who gives advice to bands on what they could come up with as a gimmick. And he had actually approached the Chili Peppers, or they went to him, I should say, and he had given them some ideas, but they never went with it, and they stuck with their socks on their genitals in
Oh, how nice. Yes, I recall.
Yeah, that was the thing. But I never got into them either. I appreciate them. I most definitely appreciate them as musicians, but I never got into the style of Chili Peppers.
Yeah, they're not terrible musicians, but their songs just annoy me, I guess, because you hear them under heavy syndication out here in California, since, I'm out here, unfortunately. So every goddamn half hour you hear something from the Red Hot Chili Peppers or Green Day. I'm telling you, I am suicidal now.
Well, if it's any consolation, I will have to agree with Tom. I really like Dookie, when I was a young guy.
Yeah.
But
finish him. Called album, though, and that band is just what they are.
Yeah, well, I mean, Green Day, I really like that album. I had it, I own it, I still do. But no, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, I can never get down with it. Never.
Can you what could we pay you to sort of get rid of that CD? What's your price?
Dookie?
Yes, how do we get that out of your hands? What do we need to do? Who do we need to kill?
Well, I'm not a big fan of it now, but as a kid I was.
It's okay, you could tell us the truth. You still like it, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed, it's okay. We still like you.
Damn, you got me.
We still like you, even though, Enemy spotted. That's right.
Oh, goddamn.
We still, like you. We won't hate you.
You wouldn't have to pay me too much. I don't think I've listened to it since I was 16. So
what was the hit off that album?
When I Come Around, I think.
That one, and then Do You Have the Time to Listen to Me Whine?
Ugh.
Yeah, what was that called?
Do you have the time to listen to me? Yeah.
If only I had a gun.
There were quite a bit of hits off of that one, actually.
The sad thing about that whole band, and no disrespect to them, I'm just saying, was that they were a complete ripoff of the Ramones. And yet the Ramones, it seemed that they weren't getting the attention that they deserved, and Green Day was basically playing what they would have done.
Man, that happens to so many fucking bands.
That's right.
It does.
It drives me crazy. It really does. But, I will say, in contrast of what's out there today and being created and being sold, I'd probably just rather listen to Green Day.
I mean, look, a perfect example. Look at Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop has been around since the late 60s with the Stooges. And he's worked with Bowie on numerous albums. In fact, the song China Girl that Bowie made popular was written by Iggy Pop and David Bowie.
My favorite Bowie song.
Is it?
Love it.
China. And, the guy still doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. And he's an icon. He's a living icon.
Yeah, it's funny how it works.
Yeah. It's all about, it's not even I was just saying this the other day in comparison. All right, we're talking music, but check this out. Modern art, okay? When you look at pieces that are modern art, very simplistic, shapes or colors, just kind of splatters. Some of them sell for millions of dollars, these pieces. However, there was a guy, a Chinese guy, as a matter of fact, who was a copy artist, and he would recreate some of the magnificent modern art pieces done by these famous modern art artists. And yet, when nobody knew that they were copies, they sold for millions. Once they found out they were copies, nobody wanted them. The point is, modern art is shit. And the only reason people like it is because of the artists themselves. When the buyers were fooled by the recreation or the bootleg, if you will,
The bootleg.
of the original paintings of the original artists, they were fooled, and therefore they paid as much as they would have if it was by the original.
That is
So it
insane,
just
by
goes
the
to
way.
show you, yeah, it just goes to show you, modern art is shit, and the only reason people buy it is because of name.
Oh, you're right about that. I remember being out there, by the way, and where the hell was I exactly? Was I in Laguna Beach? I'm not quite sure where I was, but there was some sort of art display, and of course the paintings were so expensive, and it basically looked like they were painted by Michael J. Fox. I really just wanted to flush that down the toilet along with, anything from Green Day. This is what I wanted to do. Just flush it down the toilet.
It works the same way with music and bands too, right? I mean,
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah, when a band hits a legendary status, it's because somebody's attached to someone in that band.
Right. When bands like Slipknot were coming out,
Slipknot, yes.
There were other bands that came out with the same style, and they were getting signed. That's one of the reasons Empire Hideous never got signed, is because we didn't sound like
Slipknot,
your typical rock band. So
Right.
we didn't get anything, and it happens to so many bands. What can you do?
Slipknot
It's
came
just-
through that weird era in the early 2000s, late 1990s, when it was like that new metal, they were calling it.
It was
Yes.
in the 90s. In the
90s, early,
mid-90s.
yeah. Tom, I believe you do know what I'm talking about. That sound that so many other bands had during that era.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And we had them all popping up at once. Man.
Yeah.
Tones got huge, Corn got huge.
Corn. Yeah, look at another
Limp
one.
Bizkit.
Corn.
Limp Bizkit was the
God.
They were also along that same realm as well. Some people say they are the ones that ruined rock music, basically.
I blame Anthrax.
I don't know.
yeah.
I think Limp Bizkit was the sole cause of new metal.
They single-handedly ruined everything.
Oh,
I can
Yeah,
believe it.
Oh God.
wouldn't go that far.
Well, look, a prime example, right? So, did you guys ever listen to Five Finger Death Punch's first album?
I recall them, yes.
So the first album was great, and then the moment the fucking label gets a hold of them, they sell out and they go this direction and this path, and now they're doing like whatever fucking stupid Puma commercial music, and then you got the drummer from that going and creating this thing called Psycho Center, which is probably some of the worst crap I've ever heard. And but he's all
Psycho
over the
who?
charts, and
Oof.
talking about it, blah fuckity blah blah. I'm like, who in the hell is backing this shit other than his pocketbook? But this is what you're getting out of the modern days.
I mean, I think it's important to note that, like, with the music industry, it's not quite like modern art, because there's a corporate machine that's driving what ends up making up the,
This is true.
like the cultural awareness.
Doug's right.
Art, that's just rich people laundering money.
Yes, these are all started by focus groups, by the bigwigs out there. They all discuss who's going to go to the top and who won't make it at all. And Renee says it started with Guar.
Actually, man, I thought Guar was a good band.
I thought they were pretty cool. They had a pretty cool gimmick there on stage there.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
cool.
I think Guar is best known for their stage anthem.
Sure.
That they made that band. But I know, like he had a very different style of what he was doing with Guar as opposed to who's singing with him now. But I thought they were a great band. I don't really think any of the songs were particularly catchy, but they're fun to watch live, and I think that's what sells them.
Well, we're not hardcore Guar fans, so we
It's okay.
don't have a dog in the fight.
Yes.
But I will say that it's exceptional to hear somebody mention that band, because you don't hear them.
You
very
don't. No, yes. Thank you, Renee, for that. We do appreciate that. It's like not, hearing the band Primus anymore either.
Yeah,
It's an old one.
Yeah, they were.
Well,
That Les Claypool, goddamn, what a great bass player that we have to put him over anytime you bring that up.
Absolutely. Yeah, he'll
I
go down.
remember meeting him.
Mike, what was that, Mike?
I met him.
You met him.
Claypool. Yeah.
Was he cool to you?
Oh yeah, very good, no, very nice guy. Deep too.
That's good to hear. I'm glad he wasn't like a jerk off.
No, not at all. Not at all. I got to meet him in where the hell were we? Sweden.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you ran into a lot of magicians, Mike, that were dicks to you.
did.
A lot of magicians, not, you know.
One of the coolest guys I ran into was what's his name? The lead singer from the Deftones.
Chico.
Chico.
Chino.
Chino.
Yes.
He was really cool. When I told him I had just started singing for the Misfits, he was kind enough to take me around when we played one of the festivals. I think it was in where the hell was it? Maybe Amsterdam. And he like literally walked me around from band to band, introducing me to other band members, and like it was like such a nice guy.
That's nice to hear, Mike. I'm glad everything went well. Sometimes you meet these musicians or magicians, and you know they are kind of lame.
Yeah, well, some of them have attitudes, but most of the people I met were really, really nice to me.
Very nice.
They hit the prima donna status, you know. They think that the fucking shit doesn't stink, and they're known. So,
the only guy who really pissed me off was Prince.
He pissed you off.
Him. Yeah, he totally like dissed me.
So you wanted like, you know, you want to do that to him?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
I don't want to take away from.
No. Tell us about Prince,
band.
because I was going to get around to asking them, you know, if they also had to share the stage with other musicians that were kind of dickish, and they, you know, they wanted to kick their ass a little bit, you know.
Well, I'll make this short.
Go ahead.
Basically, my friend Jason Trioxin, who is now dead, rest in peace. Him and I were walking through New York City, and we were coming in the Village, and we were coming down around the corner from this one record store. I can't remember the name of it. And these two black guys were running out of the store going, "Hey, man, Prince is in that record store." So Jason and I looked at each other. Now, I got to be honest, I don't own any Prince records, but I respect the guy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Songs, he wrote, you know, great songwriter. I mean, unbelievable dancer who would, you know, jump around and then get back up to the microphone and sing without even losing his breath. So I really respected him. However, at the time, you know, this was 1990, oh my gosh, maybe 95, 96.
Ooh.
So, you know, I got my leather jacket on, I got black nail
You're dressed
polish
like
on,
Andrew
my
Dice
hair's-
Clay. Yeah.
Yeah. Long black hair, I got eyeliner on. I'm just a total, you know, punk rocker. So I tell Jason, I'm like, dude, I gotta say hi to Prince. He's famous. So we go into the record store, and basically it was Prince, his girlfriend, a bodyguard, and what must have been either a manager or a publicity agent. And they're going through each of the bins looking for bootlegs of Prince records. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play this cool.
Honey, why do you care at this point?
What's that?
I said, you make so much fucking money. Why do you even care at this point?
Exactly.
He wanted
But
all the
was there-
shekels.
Yeah, just like Kiss. Kiss was the same way. They would show up at the conventions and like, you know, tell people they can't sell things because they were bootlegs. Anyway, so I'm walking. We go into the store and I'm like, you know, I don't want to look like a big goofy fan, so I'll go and I'll start looking through the record bins as if I'm looking for something. I'll just wait for him to come to me. So I'm standing there looking through the bins, and as he starts coming down the aisle, I kind of get into the middle of the aisle and I put my hand out to shake his hand, and I'm like, "Hey man," I said, "I just want to tell you I really respect you and it's very nice to meet you." And with his head down, not looking at me, he just goes, "Yeah." And he walks right past me. And I'm
Ooh.
standing there with my hand out, and Jason is looking and he's cracking up. He's like, "Dude, you just got dissed by Prince."
Nice.
That's my
Goddamn.
I'm just gonna have to address you that way now. When you say hello, I'm gonna say yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna stay quiet for a while.
Didn't even look at me, just walked right past me, my hand's still out, and I just like, I'm standing there like a jerk, and I look at Jason and I'm like, I can't believe you just did that. So
Ice
it was pretty
cold.
funny.
I had no idea he was that cold with it.
Well, he was very egotistical.
Oh, especially at that time.
Yeah, that's going to be a given for the most part. But nah, man. I mean, usually anybody I've met's been pretty cool.
Everyone's been cool on stage that you shared the stage with.
We've had a couple of situations.
So yeah,
It's been dicey. Dicey.
Show with the Ozzy Osbourne tribute band, and I was like, oh fuck! I was like, well, look, this would be a great time to put together this Stick Man cover. Let's have their singer come out and sing it, because Ozzy did that one with Typo. I was like, hey, it'd work out. Well, of course, we fucking email them, before the show starts, and we say, hey, would you mind doing this? And they said, we're sorry, but Ozzy will not be taking the stage until it's time for him to go on. We don't want to ruin the surprise. And I said, first of all, did you just call that motherfucker Ozzy?
Ozzy.
It's like,
wow.
It's a tribute band, man. Like, what's going on here?
Talk about an identity crisis.
Yeah.
So you're really staying in character there.
They're living that gimmick, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, we're on the bill. You don't have to commit.
Yeah, right?
Like, they're here to see you, but, it's,
Wow.
you get it sometimes like that. But then we did a show with Nirvana tribute band called Nirvana, and those guys were awesome. They're great dudes.
And Tom, it's important for people within, whether it's music or show business or whatever your fame might be, always, never lose that base that you started on, because in the long run, it's a famous line. Always be nice to the people as you're going up, because they're the same people you're going to meet on your way down.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you talking about this with me before too. But yeah, and I always try to be cordial with people, and
You have to be.
yeah, I give everybody my time. Even if it's just to stop and talk.
Yeah.
Like for instance, we were in West Virginia. We did the backstage passes. We brought with us, and it was extra for the tickets, of course. But one of the things that we decided to do was like, well, look, anybody that buys one of these is spending this much money, or that they're traveling or whatever. I said, look, give them access. Let them wander around backstage with us. Let them come hang out and do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, I think things like that are important for the people, because it's not always about the money,
Yeah, you have to connect with your audience.
Absolutely.
Well, one day Tom will have his own locker room, by the way. He'll have his whole room there with catering and everything, while the band is in the janitor's closet.
When this is to come out of the closet, that's where this is headed.
Whoa.
Have you met any high profile musicians or anybody in celebrities?
Yeah, Jay from Orgy. I met with him, and he was kind of quiet. He didn't act like I bothered him too bad. It was just
That the singer?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a band you don't hear much anymore at all.
Yeah.
Orgy.
Yeah, where'd they go?
Man, I'll tell you. So, Blue Monday was like their big
That
thing,
was their
right?
head, yeah.
And,
I know Danzig liked them for a while too.
Really?
Yeah, they're great. What was it? What was their second album? Transmissions. Something Transmissions. But that was a great album too. But I noticed after that, like, I didn't hear from them anymore. I didn't really see what was going on.
Damn.
But they went downhill, and they started releasing this super electronic stuff, and I think it killed a lot of that fan base for them, man. They kind of are on the back seat now.
They should have catered to that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really weird, because speaking of Danzig, I remember when he came out, like, he was all in the rock stuff, and then he comes out with this like industrial techno album style thing, It was a Black Angel, White Angel was one of the tracks on there, but it kind of worked for him. Like, it didn't damage his career at all. So I don't know. I guess it's the particular route you got to take. I think you can do things, and you can manipulate material and different writing styles, but keep it at its core. And as long as you can do that, I think you're going to keep everybody on board.
Have you seen that movie by Danzig, by the way, Death Rider in the House of Vampires?
Bad, man. I'm wanting to see it. So I know it's out in like select theaters right now. I don't think anything's coming to Florida our way.
I gotta tell you, I saw what would you call it? Not a promo, but a
trailer.
Trailer. Well,
Yeah.
no, not even. I saw
Not
the
even
whole
a trailer.
film
You saw the whole movie.
before it was like, are we talking about the brand new one?
Yeah, there's a newer one that came out, I think, last year.
Okay, so that's the one I'm talking about. I saw that, and I gotta tell you, it was horrible.
I'm telling you, it got a. I'm looking at the ratings here from a lot of different websites, and they all gave it a really piss poor rating. And it's about. It says, in the Wild West, the mysterious Death Rider enters a dangerous vampire sanctuary where the price of admission is a one female virgin. And that's by our friend Glenn Danzig. Death Rider in the House of Vampires.
Topic, but I think we lost Tyler.
We lost Tyler already. Did he?
I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh, he's still okay. Sorry. I thought you got knocked off.
No, he's here.
No, I heard the premise, and
You were embarrassed.
I threw the phone across the room.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't know what's going on with our friend Glenn Danzig, but now he's directing movies that are, I guess, on the same level as Dave Grohl.
Grohl's doing it too?
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yes, he released. Yes, speaking of bad horror movies, Dave Grohl also.
Don't get me started on that shit.
Yes, he's.
he can take that and he can keep it, and then he can twist it sideways.
Then, how do you really feel?
Well, that's all I can say.
Yes, I believe it's called Studio 666, by the way, and that is from our friend Dave Grohl, and it's playing in select theaters, or might be. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's an accurate statement or not, but yes, that movie is pretty bad.
Yeah, just throw me off a damn cliff.
Yes, that's another band, the Foo Fighters, that I don't like at all.
Yeah, I personally want to watch the film, but Dave Grohl, he was the devil in that movie, the Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny with Jack Black.
What a silly movie.
Yeah, just shit all over that 1,000 times over.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad movie.
Wow, and the sad part is that movie will sell out in select theaters near you.
That's the sad part.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I hate Dave Grohl, by the way. Every time I hear him interviewed, I just want to throw up now. He's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, well, coming from that era, Dave Grohl and Foo Fighters, that was cool stuff when I was a kid.
Well, yeah.
Now growing up with them, holy shit.
Yeah, you change your mind, you smartened up. Whew. You got wise to it.
And I changed my mind about Green Day.
There you go. You wisen up. It's okay. It happens in life. You get older, you realize this is shit.
Yeah. Well, you missed it. You could have had my Dookie album.
Yeah.
I would have given it to you.
By the way, Renee says Boxing Helena. That's another movie from '93, I believe. That's also a song that was sort of influenced by the movie from the Misfits, I believe, by one Michael Graves.
Wait, what?
Yes, Boxing Helena. Yes.
Can't talk about Mike Hideous's best friend like that.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry, Mike. I forgot you were there.
Yeah, no friend of mine.
Yeah, he's not your friend, Mike.
Dude, I'd say he's getting a lot of shit.
He never was, really.
He's getting a lot of heat, by the way, from what I recall.
Yeah, at least.
Well, I will say one thing. There's a small, tiny bar on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, and Michael Graves came to play said bar, and it is a Irish bar pub with the capacity of, I don't know, maybe 80 people. And,
are you talking about?
Yeah, the Celtic.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, and this has been 2 or 3 years ago. But
that's where Doug and I met.
Oh yeah. I'll just say that when I saw that he was there, I thought, wow, this has not gone well. That's all I'll say.
Well, I'm glad you're honest. We appreciate that here. Honesty is the best policy here on this program.
Well, we are Team Hideous, no doubt.
Very nice, very nice.
Nice.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, right. Who?
Oh, Mike Hideous. Team Hideous, for sure.
Yes, hashtag Team Hideous.
Yeah, hashtag.
Misfits wannabe?
Oh,
yeah, that's me.
That's wrong. That's
Are you taking shots at Mike here? Is that what's going on?
He is. Shots fired.
Shots fired. Wow. I guess we have a bit of a beef here between Mike and Tom.
God damn.
Yes, it's going to turn into an episode of Jerry Springer again.
Oh.
And we're big fans of that here. We like the drama. We love the drama here. This is true.
I know you knocked me up. It's your baby.
Yes.
You wish.
Oh, Mike. Mike is very salty tonight.
Oh, I want that child support.
Yes, he wants that alimony.
Yeah, keep dreaming. You won't get it.
My goodness. Well, gentlemen, it's been fun to have you guys stop by here and be a part of the program. I had a great time with you guys. It's a fun time, a good time. We were here for a long time, and a good time indeed. Not a short time. But yes, gentlemen, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program. Any final words from Tyler before we, part ways with you, and then we'll go to Tom and Doug. I think Doug is still alive.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Doug's still here. He's still alive and kicking, by the way, for those that are wondering. We appreciate that. Tyler, any final words before we say goodbye to you?
Well, I just want to say, Michael, I'm glad that glad we got to chat with you, and I'm sure we'll have a future on here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but,
I comment to Mike.
Unfortunately, but hey, we can hopefully we can chat again.
Yeah, we'll talk again, my friend. And Tyler,
and I've been ever since the podcast with Mike and Tom and the whole Memento Morte. I've kind of listened to that and then went back and started kind of getting into the podcast and listening to you and Mike talk a lot, and I've become a huge fan. So it's cool.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Wow, I really appreciate that, Tyler. Very nice of you.
So it's cool to be on the podcast and get to talk to you and Mike Hideous. So hopefully we can continue this and make it a trend.
Yeah.
Make it trend on True Social.
That's
Are you
right.
trying to get my job?
No.
Yes, we will definitely bring you guys back on, and we'll do this again. And Tyler, any final thoughts about the Ukraine and Russia conflict going on? Or are you silent about that? You are protesting your own mind.
Well, it's
That's okay.
It's
we don't like war either.
This is all bullshit. Well, matter of fact, everything is bullshit.
I agree.
I drove an hour today and I filled up my truck, and holy shit,
I know. Gas prices are outrageous. Holy hell.
Well, I mean, we're in the deep south, which is very red. So you think we're all good. It's over. I mean, it's over $4 a gallon here. So,
that's not good.
Yeah, same here.
I mean, but we're, this is Ron DeSantis country down here, but we're still suffering. So.
Yep. Well, you can thank the administration and the White House for that.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to do more than that. But here we go. It doesn't. It never touches people, and it never affects anybody until it really hits their pocketbook and it affects their life. So here we go.
And I got news for you. It's only going to get worse.
This is Obama 2.0, but on
Stupid son of a bitch.
That's right.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
I didn't mean to say all of this, but
Would you shut up, man?
Listen, poor kids
Come
are
on,
just as
man.
bright and just as talented as white kids.
come on, man.
Come on, man.
Would you
Come on,
shut up,
man.
man?
What are you, drug addict?
Radiance.
Yes, Joseph Biden there. We appreciate him as well. Tyler, yes,
Smoking crack.
well, if he offered, I probably would. But yes, Tom, let's go with you. Any final thoughts, any final words before we part ways with you on this lovely evening?
No. Just thanks to you guys for having us on, letting us be a part of it. Dude. We enjoyed it. It doesn't feel like the 2 hours and 8 minutes or 6 minutes or whatever has passed by, but yeah. Thanks again.
Tell us your contacts again, your website, your Facebook pages, and whatever.
Yeah, Facebook is at October Noir Music, and then we've got at October Noir.
Repeat that. You're breaking up. Do it again.
Facebook is at October Noir Music. Instagram is at October Noir. And then our main website, which is where all of our physical merchandise is www.octobernoir.org. And
Is that where they can get the CD?
Yep, they buy CDs, T-shirts. I think we got wristbands, cups, and just whatever we can throw at you and try and take all your money.
Yeah,
There you go.
Rush is coming soon.
As long as you don't have more merch than Kiss, you'll be fine.
Oh God.
Or more merch than I do at this point.
Yeah, we have more merchandise than Kiss, then we'd be making a lot more money.
Yeah, they got everything.
Them and the Misfits.
Ugh.
Yeah, them too. They don't even have to be a band anymore. They can just go market their shit.
That's what I'm going for. I'm selling all my art products and designs on everything from pillows to throw
Mike's got it all too.
blankets.
He's going to be selling condoms pretty soon.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
On getting this T-shirt idea rolled out, man.
What?
Remember I discussed with you about the T-shirt idea? I need to get back on track with you on that.
Oh yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Yeah, so we'll get it going. We just partnered up with a shop called Amplified Tees. I think they're the same company that does all the Skid Row's T-shirts.
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
And I believe a listener wants to know what your Grinder account is.
It sounds crying.
It's pretty good, by the way.
It's at Cocktober Noir.
Yes, that's where you can find him and go on a date with Tom there. And I'm glad all of you guys enjoyed tonight's fun, and I believe Doug is still out there. I believe he might have some final words and thoughts as well. Doug, go ahead.
That was it. That was his final words.
That was it. His final words.
Yep.
China.
Goddamn.
Pretty much it. No, it was a good time. I think this is the first time that I actually got to speak with the mics. Yeah.
Nice.
First time actually getting to talk to y'all. So.
Yeah, this is the first time we talked to Doug, Mike.
It'll be the last two.
Whoa. I didn't see that coming.
Denied.
No, I want Doug back here. We didn't talk to Doug very much here, but we're going to do that next time. We'll talk to Doug more. It'll be a good time. We'll go through Doug's personal life here on the air. We'll spend an hour talking about his life. I'm kidding, Doug. We won't do that. We won't do that.
In Doug's defense,
He's not responding, so it must be something.
Yeah, what are you hiding back there, Doug? Did you kill someone?
No, probably the most straight-laced out of anyone here. Actually, I work for the government, so.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Well, this call never happened, by the way.
FBI, open up!
We will delete this episode very soon. Doug, you never talked to me.
Now you see why.
At your door.
Yes, Doug, that is, my name is really not Michael, by the way. It's a different name. Don't do a background search. That's not going to end well. But yes, Doug, we do appreciate you too being here, being a part of the program. We had a great time with all of you guys. You guys are fun. We would definitely go to war side by side with you gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Yes, we would be down there fighting the Russians and the Ukrainians at the same time.
No.
Guns.
Well,
I'm joking. We wouldn't be doing that, folks.
That's a war I'm staying out of.
Yes,
Well, you do know, guys,
terrible.
that with our administration, the White House, we are buying oil every day from Russia, thus supporting
the war,
Russian war machine against Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what happens.
Biden shut down our pipes.
That's right.
Gave them to Russia.
That's right. The Keystone Pipeline. We fired 15,000 people as we were I'm getting off track here, but yeah, we were self-sufficient energy, and now we are depending on OPEC, Russia, and even Iran.
We love that.
Didn't he do that the day after he got sworn in?
That's
he
right.
Shut down the pipelines.
That's right. After. All executive orders.
I'm gonna say something controversial, but they're all in coerce. They all know what's going on. Of course. I mean,
No, this is true.
They all know.
Yes, it's a big game, and we are not a part of it.
Absolutely.
We're merely pawns. We love the people of the Ukraine and the people of Russia. We just don't like your governments, really. We don't even like our own government.
Right. We'd like them all to fuck off.
That's
and
true.
Stay out of our lives.
That's all we want.
In the military, the complex is bigger than any one government for anything going on.
That's right.
It seems really scary, but it's definitely engineered by people that are trying to make money off of people's lives being lost.
Yep. The ultra rich and elite making the poor fight their wars again. It's no different. Nothing new under the sun. This has been going on since the dawn of time.
Wait, I thought they worked for us.
Well, we play both sides. That's kind of what we do. We kind of mislead them like magicians.
It's humorous.
Yes.
I thought they worked for us. I thought we paid them to work for us.
That's the indoctrination.
Well, now,
cool.
given all the things I've said, I'm now on a list.
Now you are. Yes.
Shit.
No fly list now.
I'm fucked.
Yes. Doug's making the call right now, by the way.
He is.
No,
he is.
Yes, he's on his cell phone there.
I will be drugged out of my home tomorrow.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Yes, you are.
But drugged out of your home?
That's right.
Yes, but gentlemen, I do want to thank you again. Yes, you will be drugged out of your home by an FBI agent, thanks to Doug out there. But again, we do appreciate you guys for being a part of the program, and we'll do this again soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Bikes.
Yes, thank you guys for coming on tonight, and bravo and congratulations on your new album, Fat Wine and Wickery.
Love that.
We got to plug the cover.
Oh yeah. Crimson and Clover coming out March 20th. That cover. I'll send it to you, Mike, and let's just peep it and see what you think, man.
Nice. Send it to Mike and send it to both of us.
Send it to both the mics.
Yes.
We would love that. Once again, thank you, boys. We will do this again soon.
All right. Have a good
night. Good night, guys.
Yes, and I believe we have let these gentlemen go, and let's bring Mike back in here in the mix. I think I cut him off here. Mike, I'm sorry, I hung up on you there.
All good.
I hit the wrong button again.
That's okay.
I hit the nuke button there.
So what'd you think?
Well, I had a great time.
It was pretty fun, huh?
I had a great time talking to those gentlemen, and of course, we definitely have to bring them back on again here.
Yeah, they're good guys.
Yeah, I like their music. It was a good time. They're good. They're good musicians and magicians. And by the way, Mike, we are almost to the end here, but I did have some audio to play you here, Mike.
Okay.
Some crazy stuff. And of
Oh,
course
boy.
we talked about Ukraine. We had some fun there for a second there. Terrible what's going on around the world. We don't even know what's really happening. We can't really trust what we see or what we read anymore these days. It's insane.
Certainly is, my friend.
But it's always been that way, as you know. And for another gentleman, it's been pretty wild for him too, Mike. This is a pastor, by the way, who is saying all these pretty wild things about God. Mike, are you ready to hear this one?
I am.
Are you ready, Mike? Did that wake you up?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Mike. This is a pastor that is saying God is non-binary.
Oh, jeez.
Here we go.
God is non-binary. God is queer. God is autistic.
God is queer.
Let me unpack that for you. God is non-binary because God is the author of gender. God is genderless and genderful. They are neither male nor female, and they are both. They refer to themselves both as male and female throughout the text. And yet theology would tell us that God does not have gender. So by definition, God is non-binary. God is queer because, like gender, God is the author of all sexualities. All sexualities exist in God, and yet God is not explicitly sexual. And since asexuality is part of the LGBTQ spectrum, we can say God is queer. And finally, God is autistic because autism is a divergence from typical neurology. And since no being in existence has a mind like the mind of God, God is by definition neurodivergent. And as an autistic person, I like to say God is autistic. God always identifies with and as the most marginalized people in society.
Mike, your thoughts? Oh, Mike's phone's ringing. He was in line. Tom is calling you. Oh, Mike is scolding him, saying, I'm still in the
I'll
air.
call you back later. Bye.
Yeah, tell him to call him back. Yeah, Mike, put those headphones back on. How dare you?
Sorry, the phone was ringing.
Did you miss that completely?
No, I heard it.
You heard that.
I did. And I got to say, I find it fascinating because I actually agree. If there is an entity, a God.
So God is queer.
Well, it's a poor choice of words. I think.
He's autistic.
Again, poor choice of words. I think he's trying to just make a point with everything that's happening in today's lifestyle.
In today's world.
Yeah. But it was actually quite interesting to say that God is both male and female, and neither is I agree with that.
I don't know for sure.
Because if you read if you read about ancient gods and that sort of thing, a lot of them were both male and female in some cases.
Yeah, what does the chat room think, by the way? Do you believe God is queer? Let me know in the chat room. I'm very curious to know what you would say about that, listeners out there. Is God a queer?
I just think that was a poor choice of words.
Well, he said it, not me. I don't know.
Right? No, I'm saying like
yes.
First and foremost, if for anybody that knows like any kind of description of an entity, especially those that are divine.
Yeah.
In this case, we're talking about God, and I'm assuming the Christian religion. According to the terminologies of a God, he's divine. Thus, he does not need any sexuality.
He needs no sexual organ, in other words, yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, what if God was not even, what we think God is? Maybe he's like a bot.
Like what?
Like some sort of bot. X's and O's, zeros and ones. He's like a mathematical equation of sorts.
I mean, really, if you think about it, Michael, we're never going to know.
We won't know.
We're never going to know until that time when we die.
Until we die.
In my personal opinion, once we die, that's it. It's over.
Well, we'll find out what happens once we do go under. And I believe we do have a caller here. Caller, go ahead. You are live on the air.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
And the legendary, what's the other guy's name?
Yeah, the other guy.
I'm not trying to be funny. I listen to you guys all the time while I'm working, and covertly listening to you all's podcast while
Nice.
I'm working
I
under my
yeah.
handkerchief mask, my man homemade mask that they force us to wear.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy. But I take advantage of the forcible. I'm sorry, guys. Had a couple shots.
That's okay. We appreciate that. You're doing good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You're still here in the game.
But I'm actually of American of African descent, calling you all's podcast, and may be the first, may not be the first, may not be the only.
No,
I'm
there's
sure there, because there's plenty of intelligent folks that like to, we all don't like to just listen to BS.
No, we have a very diverse listener base, by the way. Very
Absolutely.
big demographic out there of all races, green, black, yellow, orange, any color of the rainbow. We have it all here.
A little bit of this. Please forgive me for
That's
this.
okay. Don't worry.
I should have called when I was in the right mind.
That's all good.
Whatever, and hadn't been drinking enough.
Don't worry. I'm not in the right mind. Trust me, caller.
Intelligent folks take them a sip too. I just say it I just put it like that. And I'm gonna end this call now before I further embarrass myself.
No, you're not embarrassing yourself. I mean, I'm doing the show.
I haven't identified myself. And actually, the more I talk, the more sobering I become.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're good, man. Don't worry. But yes,
What's
I
on your
do.
mind,
I'm
brother?
sorry, Mr. Michael, but I'm gonna stop bullshitting. I listen to you all while I work, whatever, and not whatever, but I try to think of it. Just give me a sec. He spells his name distinctively from other people.
Yeah, Mike does.
This Mike. Say it again.
Mike Hideous, yeah. He spells it with a Y.
Mike Hideous.
There you go.
Mr. Mike. Legendary Mr. Mike. I'm just going to reach in a little memory box real quick. All the legendary, I listen to your stories about you cooling with all the rock stars and stuff like that. Of course, I listen to hip hop and R&B, but I also am a rock enthusiast. I just realized if I slow down a little bit, I can get my thoughts in line together. Slow down a tad bit.
Yeah, don't worry. Trust me, I'm far off than you are at this point.
Yes, sir.
Since the show began, I'm on another galaxy from you.
Shout out to all the folks that rock with Mr. Michael and Mr. Mike Hideous out there. This two-time Johnny off the Ciroc.
Love that.
Off nothing. I don't do the hard shit. See.
Why don't you?
And I'm just gonna digress a little bit. The hard shit fucked up the family tree.
Oh no.
The family tree.
I see. Okay.
Lightning because of the hard shit. So I do a little light stuff.
You keep it light.
Yes, sir.
You keep it natural.
We had to do overtime. We were forced to do overtime today. So I got me a bottle and I put a little line up near the neck where you open it. But I'm beyond that at this point.
Amen.
Stop right here.
I love that.
I'm nowhere near the equator part of the bottle.
Good news.
That's good. Don't worry.
I say the half mark point or something like that, but
yes.
You guys forgive me.
I forgive you, but don't worry. It's all good, and I do appreciate you being a listener and listening to us on the podcast rendition of this program. That's kind of where I expect a lot of people to tune in while they are doing, tedious tasks.
I'm not the only one?
Yeah, okay. No, not at all.
I'm glad to hear that. I just sat down and, I've been sitting here, but I actually opened up the little YouTube app and I saw you guys were live and I was like, wow,
You gotta call in.
I finally found this guy or caught this guy rather. I finally caught my buddy live, and I just saw
Love
the
that.
number, and I'm like, I thought I'd be able to articulate a lot better than
That's
I
okay.
am.
That's okay. You're doing fine.
I was overconfident when I guess with 60% nerves and 40% just some rock.
It ain't easy to call in, by the way. For those that are wondering, I mean, it takes a very special listener to actually have the balls to call in. That's kind of the truth, though. I mean, everyone's kind of scared to call in. You're doing fine, though, my friend.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about because I just got excited.
Don't worry, man.
I got excited when I saw you guys were live, and I'll let you guys continue the show.
Oh, well,
and, maybe I'll call back when I'm able to.
Well, actually, you know, here's the thing. Since yeah, well, no, don't worry, don't hang up yet. But what we were talking about earlier was we played this clip of this.
I didn't want you guys to hang up on me.
Don't worry.
I know it's a creep. I know it's a creep guy that called you.
Oh my.
Before. And I was like, who the fuck is that guy? you know what I'm talking about. That guy who calls and he's like, hey, yeah, fucking Michael, I don't fucking like you. I don't like you at all. And I don't even know why the fuck I don't like you. And Mike, he even said some smart shit to Mike. And
well,
I don't like
shit
either.
Well, that guy's actually he's actually like a long-time listener. But the thing is, that guy's like a convicted pedophile, by the way.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, it's a little weird subject. You know, there's these weird stalkers out there. Yeah, there's lots of stalkers out there. You know, lots of them with a strange past, in other words.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I have to deal with these people. You know, they harass me, they stalk me. It's terrible.
Well, I also remember another young lady, or she might not be, maybe she may have been in middle age.
Maybe she's an old woman, yeah, you never know.
Sure. But she did comment on how your voice is arousing to her.
Oh my God.
So maybe that's why that guy hates you.
Oh, he's a hater.
Yeah, he's a hater, of course.
Well, I do have the haters. This is true. This is true. Yes.
I think I sobered it. I think my nerves came down.
That's okay. That's good.
I'm able to, because I ain't want to embarrass myself.
You're in the box now. Don't worry. You're doing good. No, you didn't embarrass yourself. You're doing good.
Well, would you allow me to allow you all to continue your show?
Yes, sir.
And I want to become known as a regular caller.
Yeah, you could be our regular caller, no doubt.
And give you a different perspective of, from our world.
Sure.
I'll just put it like that, and I'll leave it at that. And you guys have a great night.
Thank you so much for the call. We'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Take care.
Yes, sir.
Take it easy out there.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
Honor to talk to you as well, my friend. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye. And there he goes. Great call, but yes, God is a queer, according to the pastor. God's a queer.
So he says.
You can't
what
prove
was the
him
name
wrong.
Of that guy?
I don't even think he gave us a name.
No. The guy who's talking about God.
I forgot the guy's name.
Was he really a reverend?
Well, yes. I forgot the guy's name. It's not really important, though.
It's not. No, but again, I actually agree with those statements because there really is no way to define what superpower there is out there, what super entity. We'll never know.
That's true. We don't know.
But if it's anything more incredible than humanity, then by far it must be something that is beyond what we can recognize as standard humanity.
Yes.
Beyond sex, beyond male, female genitalia, beyond black, white, yellow, orange, whatever. If it is something more grandiosio than humanity, then it must be something that we cannot describe or even understand.
And what about fat people, by the way? Are you fat phobic, Mike?
Am I fat phobic?
Fat phobic, that's a new one now.
I'm not fat phobic. I got nothing against fat people.
You don't hate on the fat people.
I myself have gotten fat.
I hope you don't. They're people too, Mike.
Yes, they are.
Have hearts.
I myself have gained a little weight over this winter that I've got to lose for the spring.
You have a couple chins going on.
No chins, just a belly.
Just a little bit of a belly. Well, Mike, this is another user submitted clip. This is someone talking about being a fat phobic and why, you shouldn't be.
Let's talk about body preferences. I've heard a lot of talk like, oh, I don't hate fat people, but I'm not attracted to them, and I don't want to date them. It's just my preference.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Maybe in an ideal circumstance, in a world that was forever body neutral and did not demonize fat people, that could be a preference. Maybe. But is there really such a thing as preference in a society that exclusively demonizes an option? Fat people are branded as disgusting, branded as something to be eliminated, unhygienic, lazy, XYZ, everything else. And we've received that messaging since we were born. Our culture is deeply rooted and entrenched in fat phobia. Chances are it's not just a preference, and you've just been taught to think fat people are gross.
I, for one, don't hate fat people at all.
I don't either. But this chick is an idiot.
Yes, I don't really agree with her thoughts.
Not at all.
Her train of thoughts.
What she's claiming is that anybody who is overweight, let me be specific. Anybody who is obese is considered to be non-attractive, condemned, and so on and so on, unhealthy. I mean, let's face facts. If you are obese, that is not the normal for a human body. All right?
Sure.
If you go back in time, before civilization, anybody that was overweight got taken down by a saber-toothed tiger or whatever. You did not survive that way. Nothing in the natural world is overweight because you are constantly on the move trying to survive. So what this woman is saying is ridiculous.
Back in the olden days, fat people were wealthy. That's what Steven in the chat says, by the way.
Right. When you sit around and you don't do anything, when you don't have to worry about how you're going to survive, and you're just sitting around and eating rich food, you get fat, you get lazy, and you become unhealthy. Period. I'm gonna back that comment up right now by saying I myself gained weight over the winter from not doing enough to keep myself healthy and fit. Am I happy about it? No. I want to lose the weight, and I want to go back to fitting into my regular size pants that I always fit in.
Amazing.
So, she's an idiot.
Yes, and I believe we are joined by another caller. I believe this is Anthony again. Anthony, is that you?
God damn!
What's up, brother? What's on your mind?
Hi. So I see you're speaking about. All right. So I mean, I'm gonna be walking a really, really thin tightrope here, but because you're talking about like the overweight issue, right? And obese people. God damn! God damn! China.
There you go. Okay, go ahead.
China. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure like you and I think Mike Hideous and a lot of people might be listening. I know Derry D's out there. Hi, Derry. And maybe, people from the Belgium community or whatever that know who I am. Like, I'm a maniac with the running. I train. I'll do over 100 miles a week standing on my head. Right. I'm a small guy. I stepped on the scale this morning. Actually, it said 143. I'm 5'8" and a half, 5'8" and a half, and I'm like 140 pounds or 140. Did 143 this morning. There was a time when I stepped on the scale. I'm not going to get into it, but like I was dealing with something for a while.
Yeah.
And I stepped on the scale, and the scale said, at the doctor's office, said 257 pounds, and I was told I was pre-diabetic.
Yeah. Wow.
I was dealing with an issue. I was dealing with something for many years, over 10 years, and I'm not getting into that. That was a war that I fucking clearly won. And that was perpetrated against myself because, you're not allowed to be yourself in certain families. But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I got back down to my racing weight. I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm
Good
dating
for
a
you.
woman. Thank you, Mike. I'm dating a woman for years now. God damn. No, for real though. Gary D knows. Maybe a couple other people like my girlfriend. We've been dating for like 5 years. We're getting married.
You're
right?
getting married. Okay, nice. Very
Yeah,
cool.
and
Very
we've been
cool.
talking about it. I'm just saving for a ring. Beautiful, beautiful woman. She's Egyptian. Her name's Lisa. I'm trying to say this like not to be supportive, but also not trying to sound like I'm being an asshole. But like, and out of her own mouth, like she had. I mean, not in the past. In the past, like she's been fine, but like in recent years, I think it was due. Like her father died. There might have been problems with like, come on, man, maybe like depression or whatever. I don't know. We talk about it all the time, and I'm totally on her side. I'm a distance runner. I'm a local competitive. All right. I'm not just some guy that runs for my health. I'm local competitive caliber. Like I'm probably regional at this point. I'm probably going to be sub-professional at this point. And I'm like way deeply advanced in age, but at those levels of competition. But like Lisa is, she's a beautiful woman. I love her. I'm marrying her. We're going to have kids together. But how do I say this? Like,
Ooh.
She's a heavy woman.
I was gonna say maybe. I was gonna say maybe not tell her this about this episode here.
No.
Something like that.
The thing is, listen. She joined the gym. She's always running. She's always talking to me how she's gonna lose a certain amount of set weight.
Oh. Because she sees you. Yeah, she sees you running around, so she wants to join you in a sense. She wants to be healthier.
But the funny thing is, she told me that once we started dating, she gained weight, and I lost even more weight myself.
I see.
Which is
weird. But that's a personal issue. That
really, happens in life.
It happens.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, are you just saying that you love a woman who is overweight? Is that what you're saying? Simply.
I'm saying that I want her to be happy with herself. Like I love her no matter what, as long as she's healthy.
Right.
And she saved my life.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into what I was dealing with for 10 years, but she saved my life.
Well, that's good.
And she resurrected a dead life. And I'll never leave her.
Good for you. That's great. That's true love, my friend.
Indeed.
It's got nothing to do with fat people. It's got nothing to do with skinny people or dislike. It's all about who you like. This woman who was just talking before about the demonization of fat people, if you're going to do that, then yeah, you are an asshole. But I'm not going to sit here and say that, just because a woman is fat, I'm not attracted to her. But the fact of the matter is, humans are not made to be overweight. It's simple as that. It's a fact. And now I'm not demonizing your girlfriend either. But at the same time, if you're happy with her, terrific. More power to you, my friend. That's wonderful. I'm happy for you.
You can't help who you love either, Sometimes in life, someone you love may not be a jewel to someone else, but in your heart, you love this person very much. So it doesn't really matter what anyone thinks.
Michael Decon, like what you just said, that person might not be a jewel to somebody else. There's a very old saying. You know how it goes? This is how it goes. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
That's right.
So what I might find beautiful,
someone else might not
be some other person.
Exactly.
But
That's
I
exactly
find
right.
It's just something you got to know. Like it's like I find the standard run of the mill, whatever, Ukrainian, Russian hottie. Like I also find them hot too, but like Lisa, it's different. It's like very intimate. She saved my life. So
it's also normal, though. You have to understand, it's also normal to see a female and be attracted to them.
Of course.
It's normal.
As well as a male. A guy could be fat too and be unattracted to a woman.
Yeah, it works both ways.
I'm going to be totally honest. Like there are women out there that, as when I'm walking around Manhattan, or in the city of New York, yeah, like it's hardwired in all of us. Billions of years, come on, of this fucking compulsion for life to keep it going. But we're also human. We're also people. I'm being totally honest. Like, I see women all over the place, fucking hot as shit. All right, but I don't know who they are. They might be maniacs. They might
That's
be
right,
psychopaths.
and it makes no difference on what their appearance looks like. Male or female, no matter how good looking you are, or how ugly or fat or skinny, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
all
just
right?
remember, even those that are very attractive, they have their issues too, so.
Yeah, more so than the people who
More
are
so than,
overweight.
exactly. So you never really truly know until you get to know these people and you start to figure out, you're like, oh shit, even though this person is, flawless in their appearance, it's like, well, on the inside,
and they're a goddamn toxic,
Exactly.
dumb, fucking fresh kills garbage dump in their soul.
That's right.
That's right. Black souls.
Yeah.
Now you bring up a good point, and again, I commend you on your love affair. I'm sincerely happy for you. I'm sure Michael is as well, and it just goes to prove that love is in the eye of the beholder.
Love is blind.
Love is blind, and if you feel that way about her, and she feels that way about you, and it sounds to me by what you said about her trying to lose the weight, she's making an effort, and that's good for her.
Yeah.
She's trying to better herself, her health, most importantly, her health. She's trying to better, and that's what counts.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike.
Anything else, Anthony?
And she's not like she tells me all the time, like, she wants to lose this amount of weight, like she wants to do this and she wants to do that, and I try to help her, and I do, I'm helping her, and she. I think I know as a competitive athlete myself, like, I know the thing is what might be with like a consistency issue, because sometimes like she'll want to lose the weight and work out and run and everything, but like she'll do it for a couple days and
she
then
gives
like
up.
fall off.
Yeah.
Sure,
I've been
it's not
doing this
easy.
shit for 30 years. I've been doing this shit for 30 years. I'm 40 almost.
Good for you. Good for you.
But like to me, for me, the running thing is very spiritual. It's the only time you'll ever hear me admit that I feel something other and better and bigger than myself, aka God figure or whatever.
Understood.
The only time you really will. I feel it every goddamn time I fucking take stride after stride after stride. But Lisa, I know she feels it differently. Like, she's a church person. I'm technically an atheist, but when my fucking wheels are rolling, trust me, there's something going on.
You
there.
become religious.
Always have been.
Yeah.
Not religious, like not even spiritual, just something I can't explain it. It's like I'm drinking beer now, but like whatever that feeling is blows away the fucking goddamn beer I have in my hand right now. You understand? Like I can't explain it. God damn. But
Well,
I mean, I just wanted
yes.
to share that.
Thank you. Yeah. No, we hear
I
you.
know there might be other callers behind me, so if there are people online right now, online or in the chat or whatever, listen, like, and I know for sure, I think there's like 30 or 40 people listening. I'm going to say this without giving away what I want to give away. You might be dealing with something. It's not, and they're going to tell you it's permanent. You could tell them to go suck your dick or suck your vagina. Bullshit. It's not. I won that war, and I know other people that have. Keep pushing, keep fighting. You get there, all right? All right, I'm going to sign off, guys, and I'll be on the chat. God damn!
Thanks for calling.
Thanks for the call. Good night.
Yeah.
My God. That was a great call, by the way.
It was, and I'm happy for that guy.
Me too.
What's his name again?
That was
Vic? Is
Anthony.
Vic? Anthony, I'm sorry. Yeah, good for him. The woman that you had talking about fat phobia or whatever, they're fat shaming.
She's insane.
Yeah, her comments were ridiculous. It just, it's probably another liberal who's got all these feelings and emotions about
it was a liberal,
subject.
by the way, Mike. Yes.
Of course. I mean,
yes.
these people don't take in facts. They don't take in facts. It's all about emotion and feelings.
Yes, and
That's not how the world works.
no, not at all. And I believe there's some more emotion that came out of Ted Nugent on Alec Baldwin, by the way.
Okay.
I want to say is I know Alec Baldwin was just a nasty, nasty man. He would attack the good families of the NRA that did nothing wrong and blame us when there's a school shooting. So we know he's a liar and his brain is fried and he's just a prick. But you know what we're going to do for the brain fried, nasty, rotten prick? We're going to pray for him until we find out the details of that terrible accident, if it was an accident. Because, you know, if you point a gun at something and you blow that thing up, it's not an accident. That's negligence.
It certainly wasn't the gun.
And that was Ted Nugent, by the way. And I believe we are joined by another caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, guys. How you doing today?
We're good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks.
Very nice. What's on your
What are
mind, sir?
your opinions on Joe Biden's speech there?
Joe
Any
Biden.
thoughts about that there?
Which speech, by the way?
State of the Union.
The State of the Union. Well, that was a terrible
State of the
speech.
Union, yeah.
Yes, it was a very awful speech, by the way, and some of the best words that were regurgitated there came straight from Donald Trump, by the way, just reworded a little differently.
Yep. Biden claimed everybody should buy American when he himself is buying Chinese. So they're full of shit.
Did that answer your question?
Nancy Pelosi's whacked out of her mind, man.
Well, yeah, she's insane as well.
Drunk.
Yeah, she is drunk.
Let me tell you, man, I didn't listen to the State of the Union, but I
did, Mike.
I just couldn't. He makes me sick. I can't listen to a word he says. He's full of shit.
It wasn't any good. You didn't miss anything.
No, I didn't. I did hear. I heard a little bit of Mark Levin talking about it, and just still going on about Trump, about how it's his fault. And did you notice how like COVID was not even part of the topic?
No, COVID's gone. It's gone,
all
Mike.
over.
Thanks to the Ukrainian war.
Yeah. And as I just said before,
Karenia.
caller.
Karenia.
As I just said before, caller. Russia is selling to the United States oil. We are buying oil from Russia every day. Thus, we are supporting their war machine against Ukraine. So, it just goes to show you this administration is full of crap.
China. Everywhere. Every country's the same.
Yep. It's the end of the world, my friend.
Oh, yes, it is the end of the world. That's kind of what we're seeing.
Sorry.
What was that, caller? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Our prime minister is trying to, what was he saying? Normalizing dictatorship.
Oh, yes,
What,
this is
from Canada?
Yeah, this is our friend from Canada.
Yeah, Trudeau.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got Castro Jr. out there.
Hmm.
Trying to normalize dictatorship. Big speech.
Oh, he is. This is true. He legalized protesting again, though.
Just sickening. Sickening.
Isn't that great, Mike? I don't even know how they have such a dictator out there.
My stomach turns.
I'm not surprised, though. I mean, in some ways I am, but some ways I'm not. I thought Canada would have their head on a little bit tighter, screwed on a little bit tighter, rather.
Yeah, you would think.
I need my head screwed on a little bit tighter. But
we're a bunch of cucks, man. That's what we are. Cucks.
Yep.
doesn't sound like you like Canada very much.
Well, I used to like it. Fuck, how am I supposed to like this stuff? Like, how do you like it? I don't understand.
That's true.
Are you born and raised in Canada?
I think he was.
Yeah. Grew up in Toronto.
Beautiful city.
Well, there's an American underneath you there. And I don't mean inside. I mean,
I used to go to New York City all the
I'm
time
joking,
and
by the way.
California all the time for vacation. Yeah.
Oh, really? You used to come out here?
Rochester, New York, that area, Buffalo.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you come out there. You come out here to the States.
San Diego, right down to Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh yeah. Look
I got
at you.
a friend up in New Brunswick, Canada, and good friend of mine. Before I kicked the bucket, one of my kick the bucket lists things is to go up to the eastern coast of, I guess, Nova Scotia and photograph the
Newfoundland.
puffin birds. Pardon?
Newfoundland. That's the East Coast.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, you kiss a codfish. They welcome you. You have to kiss a codfish.
Oh, well, all right then. Canadian tradition. But in any event, yeah, one of my goals is to go up to Nova Scotia and photograph the puffin birds that hang around up there.
Yeah, Nova Scotia is nice. Really nice.
Never
Very
been
nice.
there, but I'm looking forward to it.
Anything else on your mind, caller, before we wrap it up here soon?
Yeah, I woke up 3 days ago. Bald palsy.
Holy shit, why?
Really?
I don't know.
Are you going to the
I thought
doctor?
it was, yeah, I went to the hospital.
Whoa.
Like 14 hours. I thought it was an allergy or something like that. They said, no, yeah, I thought it was a stroke, allergies, and they said it was Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy, folks. Wow.
What are the symptoms? Like, what happened?
Honestly, I was sleeping. I woke up, my eye, I felt like I had hot sauce in my fucking eye.
Oh, man.
It was itchy and dry. I went to put water in my eye, brushed my teeth. I couldn't spit anything out, and all of a sudden, I noticed my face.
Damn. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So there you are asleep, and all of a sudden you feel like you have a detached retina, basically.
Yeah, I look like fucking Hunchback of Notre Dame now.
You look like, you look like you had a stroke then.
No, it was Bell's palsy, he said.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
Got all,
I thought it was a stroke.
Yeah, most of the time that's what people would think.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, are you going to be fine? Jesus.
Well, they don't know. They just gave me some meds, and they wanted to do all this COVID testing on me. I'm like, yeah, I'm not here for COVID. Look at my fucking face, man. Like, let's get real here. Fucking COVID shit. That's why I'm at the hospital.
You know, that's the funny thing. Of so many illnesses that have taken place lately. It's always like COVID. Oh, it's COVID's fault. Oh, so now that I got cancer, it's because I got COVID?
It's because you got
What the hell is that
COVID.
about?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I hope you feel better.
Yeah, man. That's terrible. I'm so sorry you have to endure this sort of thing. That's never fun, my friend.
That's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Hard to eat, too.
Damn. Not
Hang in
good.
there.
Yeah, hang in there.
But anyways, thanks, guys.
Stay mentally
You guys,
tough.
Really enjoy my Saturday sometimes with you guys. Anyways.
We're here for you, my friend. Don't be a stranger, you know. Call again when, you know, we are closer to, you know, the middle of the show, not the end, so we could talk to you a little bit longer here.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
All
Thank
right,
you.
brother. Stay safe out there and stay strong, mentally and physically.
Yeah. Good luck with everything.
My God.
Wow.
That bummed me out.
Yeah, me too.
That made me
Can you
sad.
Imagine. Wow.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
It's some bullshit.
It really is. Yeah, that sucks, man. You're just trying to go to sleep and you wake up and your face is not the way it was a minute ago. Your eyes all messed up. Feel terrible about life. Hopefully he doesn't give up and get depressed or any of that shit. You know, he needs to stay mentally strong out there in Canada. Don't let the world, you know, definitely tear you down. Don't let the world confuse you with anything. Just keep on trucking like those truck drivers.
Yeah, good luck to them. I
Keep
hope that
going.
works out.
My God. And of course, Mike, we do have some Melinda Gates here, by the way.
Terrific.
I have no idea what she's saying here, but let's hear it.
It was also widely reported that Bill had a
Oh, this is the clip of her being asked about Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Gates and that sort of thing. She was claiming that that's one of the reasons why, or you know, one of the reasons why they got a divorce. By the way,
really,
that's
Let's
what
hear it.
I've been hearing. But let's hear that clip. I haven't heard this.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not. That was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing, it was many things.
Oh, my.
But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in. I didn't realize
He was awful.
that. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about him.
Mm-hmm.
My God. And that was the very first time she's ever been on the record saying that.
Wow.
And I did speculate that. I always said, well, I didn't always say it, but I thought here that's one of the reasons why they got a divorce, because of Jeffrey Epstein. Damage control, right? Maybe.
Yeah, too bad that guy is not still alive. I would have loved to have found out the real story.
What do you mean?
Epstein.
Oh, yes. Jeffrey Epstein, for sure. My God, that, of course, was Gayle King of CBS News, who was having a interview with one Melinda Gates, by the way. Checked it out. I think that airs pretty soon. Or that aired already, like on a Thursday, I believe. Not sure. But pretty damaging there.
Yeah, what a messed up situation.
It is. So, Mike, once again, I do want to thank you for being a part of the program as well. I'm glad you spent some time here with us all.
Absolute.
It was a fun show.
Absolute joy tonight. Had a blast, as always, and it was great having the guys from October Noir on. And, yeah, what a great show we had.
That was a good one. Mike, go ahead and plug anything you like before I cut you loose.
Right on. Thank you very much to Mr. Michael Decon for having me on as his co-host tonight. Always a pleasure. Much thanks to the audience for listening, both live and anybody listening to the podcast at this point. Again, thank you to October Noir, Tom, Doug, Tyler. Thank you so much, guys. Love your music. And if you're interested in any of my history with music, with Empire Hideous, Spy Society, and or The Misfits, you can check out, what's my website? Oh, yeah, MikeHideous.com.
You got it right.
MYKEHideous.com. Also, if you're interested in any of my artwork or photography, I just put up some, well, actually not yet. Some new artwork is going to be going up soon. You can check out spymanphotoandart.com. And last but not least, if you are interested in my social media account, you can connect with me at facebook.com/Hideous Mike, MYKE. Thank you so much, everybody. Had a blast tonight. Thank you, Michael.
My pleasure, my friend. Take care.
All right. Have a good one. I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Good night, my friend. And there he goes, boys and girls. That was my co-host, Mr. Mike Hideous. And yes, we just heard some damaging news there from one Melinda Gates. Pretty wild. I think we should hear that one more time. That was really something else. This was Melinda Gates speaking for the very first time on camera about her feelings about Bill meeting with Jeffrey Epstein, which of course I speculated from the very beginning that indeed contributed to their divorce. And she basically confirmed those thoughts and opinions. Let's hear that clip one more time, boys and girls.
You know, it was also widely reported that Bill had a friendship or business or some kind of contact with Jeffrey Epstein, and that you were not, that was very upsetting to you. Did that play a role in the divorce at all in this process?
Yeah, as I said, it's not one thing. It was many things. But I did not like that he'd had meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you made that clear to him?
I made that clear to him. I also met Jeffrey Epstein exactly one time.
Did you?
Yes, because I wanted to see who this man was. And I regretted it from the second I stepped in the door. He was abhorrent. He was evil personified. I had nightmares about it afterwards. So, my heart breaks for these young women because that's how I felt. And here I'm an older woman. My God, I feel terrible for those young women. It's awful.
You felt that the moment you walked in. I didn't
He was
realize
awful.
that. Yeah. And you shared that with Bill, and he still continued to spend time with him?
Any of the questions remaining about what Bill's relationship there was, those are for Bill to answer.
Okay.
But I made it very clear how I felt about him.
Wow, if it's true, Bill has a lot to explain to the general public about his relationship with one Jeffrey Epstein. Evil personified, right? Melinda Gates, folks, wow. That is pretty insane. And of course, we do know about Bill Gates and the vaccine summit that was about depopulation back in 2013, I believe. We do have a clip of that. Let's play that for you.
Well, good morning, and welcome to the second day of the Global Vaccine Summit. Last night, we had a great celebration of all the progress we've made in the global effort. We are much closer today to achieving the goal of universal coverage. Today, we'll have experts sitting down and talking about what it takes to solve this problem. You'll hear some very exciting new commitments to this fight. You'll see new partnerships that are working together and solve the very tough problems that we have in the final stages. I think today will go down in the history of global health. It's a very important day. Let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
There you go. The evil Bill Gates. Yes, indeed. Holy hell. But yes, folks, you heard it here first. Well, not really, but you heard that way back in 2013. Bill Gates making some interesting predictions there. And my God, I do want to thank all of you for being a part of the program. Of course, our guests, October Noir, and of course, Mr. Mike Hideous, and of course the callers and those of you in the chat room, and as we take it home here tonight, and before we pull it Larry Silverstein style, built in 7, I do want to thank all of you out there once again for being a part of the program, and don't forget, if you are a fan of this program and want to help fund it, that would be appreciated. This whole program is listener funded. And yeah, we would appreciate you donating anything you got. We like that. Yes, we appreciate Anthony very much. One of our favorite callers. Don't get too drunk out there, by the way. And Steven, I see you in the chat room. Yeah, and David and Derry D. And Mike Zone out there, he checking in the chat room there. And Tyler, Doug, Tom. All of you, we appreciate it very much. And once again, if you do want bonus content of this program, and I've been kicking out those episodes pretty daily now, please go to patreon.com/Michael Decon, and that is where gold falls from the sky. That's where the hardcore listeners go. And of course, we do have Mike coming on there every now and then. We appreciate that very much. That's Mike Hideous. Go check out his website. Go check out October Noir's website as well. Love Your Michael. Yes, we do love Your Michael indeed. Vic Grimes, Anthony, again, we appreciate all of you out there in the chat room. Renee, he was in here. We appreciate that as well. And please go to michaeldecon.com. El Taco Max, yes. And Federal Reserve Brown, yes. We love all of you very much. michaeldecon.com for more info. Everything is there. Check that out. Yes, Anthony, we know you're drunk. It's okay. It's okay to be drunk. And remember, please subscribe to the YouTube channel for those of you who have not done so. And of course, download the podcast rendition of this program on most platforms like iTunes, Stitcher, CastBox, and Spotify, by the way. International listeners out there, thank you so much for your support as well. those of you in Canada, Germany, the UK, Australia, and of course our friends out there in Russia and the Ukraine. And Michael out there, yes, I see you in the chat room as well. I hope you did enjoy tonight's program. It was a fun one. It was a good one. And I do want all of you out there to stay safe. Dublin, yes. Stay safe no matter where you are on this island Earth. And with that said, the world is a mysterious place, and life itself is a mystery. Until next time, good night, everybody.
Have you thought of breaking through? Ain't it part of what you do? Catch a victim while he's dumb, break his larynx with your time, and it's time to get high. Well, this ain't no goddamn dream, it's exactly what it seems. Wake up today just to lay back down and say, I won't be coming back. Let's call it a heart attack. Give me some of that knack. This is just a final payback. They all flipped on me, took my passions, left me be. When I had a place to sit, a goddamn attitude to fit. Talk real smooth, knew where to spit. But things have changed and I've quit. Got nothing to look forward to but a backlash full of lies. You're too late where you're going. This is fate, the whistle's blowing. It's much too late. It's all too late. You're much too late. Like a piss hole punk with his nose turned up and a fragrance all your own. Tell me what it's like to be alone. And let's not forget the Scarface prick who offers fixed to your face. He dropped out of the subhuman race. Sad. Boo-hoo. Just a fad. Tell me, boy, where were you? What's your story? I mean, really. Where have you been? Was it the big time and full of sin? Tell me what you saw. Chasing dragons down the hall. So now I find you just the same. A generation full of games. I hear the whispers, I see traps to break my legs. Where are you going, boy? Where have you been? You're too late for where you're going. This is fate, the whistle's blowing. It's much too late. It's much too late. You're much too late. You're much too late. You're much too late. Tell me, where are you going? Where have you been? Tell me, where are you going? Tell me, where have you been? Where are you going?
Governor, next time you want to sit on a beach that is closed to the entire world except you, Yeah. You put your fat ass in a car and go to one that's open to all your constituents.
Well, you know,
not just you and yours.
Interesting, Mike. You know what?
What's that? What's that, Gov?
You know, Mike, I love getting calls from communists in Montclair.
Communists in Montclair.
You know,
you're a bully, Governor, and I don't like bullies.
You know what? And listen, I'm not the one who came on the air. Hey, hold on, Mike. Mike, I'm not the guy who came on the air, swore on the air.
Who swore?
And so you did.
Get the heck out of here.
You know, you're swearing on the air, Mike. You're a bum.
You know,
so
you
let's just go. Bad optics,
okay?
Mike. I'd love to come look at your optics every day, buddy. That's you know what? And you know what, Mike? What matters is what you do. That's what matters.
What have you done?
What I just did was.
We don't care if money's right. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at. Including
was it 1997, Michael?